Tuesday. But anyway, yes, welcome to the latest edition of Happy Hour. We're here to party. Hashtag what day is it?
If you could punch anyone in the face right now, other than the person that you already did, who would it be?
My inner thighs are very sticky. I feel like half of this drink. And I don't think we'll ever go 5 hours again.
Oh, but you can't do with Laura and Parker? Okay.
I mean, we can.
He loves Albuquerque, New Mexico, guys. I don't know why.
Well, what did you want?
I wrote where I want to go.
Yeah, I like her.
Yeah, Emilio Primac, upside down.
Great victory sip, babe.
Great victory sip, babe. We're just dancing back here. Welcome to Happy Hour. Cheers.
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 Try to break into a stranger's apartment.
I'm sorry, what? What is going on, party people? It is a Friday night. We are here after that crazy pay-per-view that some of us experienced, some of us have not. We will do our best to not reveal spoilers. My name is Jillian. My 5G has been enhanced because I got my booster shot today.
Oh, nice. And I am quickly running out of Halloween candy, and it makes me very sad. And I'm Molly. Welcome.
Welcome to Happy Hour. This is, y'all, I have already had one of these cocktails, and I am certainly feeling it. Let me tell you.
Cannot remember the last time. Well, I can remember the last time I had this drink, and it was quite a few years ago. And I forgot how strong they were because it's just alcohol and then a splash of cream.
A splash of a mixer, like the smallest of splashes. So this is deadly. So as we always say, please drink responsibly when you join us for Happy Hour. But it's delicious though. I will say it is quite.
It is good, and it smells like coffee, obviously, but it makes me just want to put coffee in it, which is probably not a good idea.
I want like a donut to like dunk in there.
Yes,
that's what I need now. Someone DoorDash me donuts, please and thank you. I see you in the chat, Jake. I see you.
I'm gonna pour my Reese's Pieces in there.
Do it.
As a little garnish.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we know you're not here for us. We're just the hosts of this lovely show. We know who you are here for. So let's not hesitate any longer. I am so excited, and I hope I'm not going to cry, because I almost cried when I revealed who our guest was for this show this past week. I'm a hot mess. But ladies and gentlemen, I am so freaking happy to welcome my dear friend. You all know him. You all love him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Kevin the Smasher Smets. Yes.
How's it going, everybody?
Welcome to Happy Hour, Kevin.
Welcome.
Hey. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Of course. You should be happy to be here. Rude.
It's fitting, too, because, on Sunday is a year ago, you guys did the Smash-a-thon, and you were very instrumental in that, so... It's kind of. I don't think it was planned that way, but yeah, it was. No, I'm
that's
sorry.
Crazy that.
Yeah, November 14th.
Yeah,
we're on November 14th.
I wore this to get my COVID shot today. You're welcome.
Nice.
Oh, look at me go.
The Smasher with those eyes.
I know, with those eyeballs.
They're taken off the market. You can't get them now. They're considered vintage.
Oh shoot!
I played in one season and then one match in another season, and now I have a vintage shirt.
Look at that says a lot. You've made a mark in, I mean, technically the very short time you were in the Schmoedown. You're a champion, sir. You held that belt. You made your mark in that short time that you were there. And I'm so glad this is vintage, because now I'm never going to take it off.
I know. I think I have one hoodie, which I wore in a cutscene once, and I didn't like it because it wasn't like when Mike wears Corruption shirt, because that's like his team or his faction. Yeah. It was like I had my name on it, and it just felt weird.
You should be proud of that.
Now that it's vintage, you could totally wear it, and it would be more a vintage thing. It's not. I'm wearing a hoodie with my name on it. You know?
Hey, it's me, and then I'm on my shirt.
Look at
Hello.
that's me on my
Mhm.
shirt that I'm wearing. Well, it's
Those eyes.
I know these eyes are like I know they're very they just stare into your soul. Look at these like very very conveniently placed right on the chest
I was gonna
area.
say.
I will say.
Yeah. It's funny.
I'll have to get a closer look at those eyes.
Right.
don't
Just
know.
look in there. Oh, what is it? But how have you been, man? We haven't seen you in a bit.
Yeah, I've been good.
Good.
You know, man, I look pale on this screen, but I'm actually not that pale in person. I think it's the lighting in here.
It happens.
Don't worry, I'm healthier than I look.
Good.
But
Yeah.
My wife and kid are in Russia right now. Which is
I keep
crazy.
seeing her Instagram stories, and I am losing my mind at the fact that she is walking now.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, I missed my kid's first steps.
No.
Oh no.
No, but like, you know, I asked my wife. I said, if you really loved me, you would just shove her down on the ground every time she started to walk.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not until your dad's here. No. Yeah, it was important for me once I recovered, like where I was kind of independent after the surgery. It was important for me to get her out there. So I bought them a ticket. I knew I was working, which then was funny because then we almost had that strike, which then I wouldn't be working.
Yeah.
And then, like I would be like, all right, should I just book a ticket out there? But they were supposed to come a little earlier, and they got delayed because they canceled a flight. I think Moscow booked too many flights out of. I don't know what the reason is, but I freak out because I'm like, is it COVID related? Are they not letting people in? You know. But so far so good. She's coming back a week from tomorrow, so she's been gone.
Okay.
It's long. I mean, I think we both, in retrospect, feel we wouldn't do it this long again, but she wants to start working when she comes back. So this was like the ideal time to go. But she's been gone for 5 weeks. So
I was gonna say because I saw you a couple weeks ago, and I think they had just left.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. It's like I made jokes with my wife all the time. I was like, it's gonna be Smetstober, you know, back to the single days and Kevember. And I made jokes. I made jokes with Frank and everybody about it, and they like branding the time off. You know, like I'm gonna party all the time, and it's like that movie Hall Pass. Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah.
The wives get my wife didn't give me a hall pass. Let me make it clear. But in that movie, on the first night, they're all raring to go. We're gonna go to clubs. We're gonna talk we're gonna hook up with so many chicks and blah blah blah. blah. And then it cuts to them at Applebee's, I think, like with just a plate full of food and wings, and they're all like, "All right, good first day. We'll start again tomorrow."
That sounds about right because I could totally see Dasha going, okay, and okay, enjoy, and then I could totally see the next scene. You and Frankie and Kaiser just eating your weight in like buffalo wings.
Yeah, I mean, I've made plenty of jokes about. Don't worry, I'll clean up all the stripper glitter. You know, like it was just a funny thing. But then what happened was the first week I got sick. The second week, work kicked our asses because they were preparing for a strike.
Yeah, and
they wanted us to finish. It was kind of shady. All of a sudden, they were like, "Hey, for your episode, we don't have any more notes, so could you just wrap it up?" Which is like, you're trying to get ahead. But so for the first 2 weeks, I was slammed. I'm sorry, first 3 weeks. I mixed up the time. First 3 weeks, I was slammed, and then Halloween week, I kind of went big on Halloween or whatever, and then, but like my body is just not the same as it was. Like I can't really party as much anymore, you know, like I have a fully different like system in the way it handles it. So I don't, when I say I went big, it's just, I did a lot of things and, but it kicked my ass. So then then I realized I had 2 weeks left of an empty apartment with no kid waking me up at 6 a.m. So, then it became like I'm just cherishing these last few, nights until Hurricane Kira comes back.
Until Hurricane Kira. But here's the thing. As soon as she comes home, you are going to be running out of bed when she wakes up at 6 a.m. You're going to be like, yes.
Well, and here's the other thing. I was sleeping in this room. This is the guest room. Because my oncologists were like at the beginning of chemo, like they saw me with bags under my eyes and they're like, "You okay?" And I'm like, I have a infant. I'm in the room with them. So I actually slept in this room all throughout chemo. We call this the chemo room. We're going to change that.
Yeah, please
no.
change that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I work in here too, so it's like the work office, and
The office.
you know, if we stay here longer, it could be Kira's room. But I made a point there, and now I just forgot it.
It's fine. Welcome to happy hour.
That's what we do here.
We do that all the time. It's fine. It
Oh,
happens. to the
we
best
were
of us.
talking about that. So I've been sleeping here, and then when chemo was done, and I started on a new job, like literally like 6 weeks after my. So then I recovered here after my surgery because. Like I was almost immobile, and so it's like I didn't want to be in their room. And then she had family out there, so her family would be in there. And then finally, surgery, I got relatively okay, but I still have setbacks and stuff. It was a major surgery. They like took out organs of my body, like they rearranged things. It's crazy what they did, but
I don't understand how my brain cannot compute how they are able to do things surgically. It's I don't understand.
Yeah,
terrifying.
Terrifying. Don't understand.
So I've been recovering here. So I haven't really slept in the bed with my wife and kid. So kid right now sleeps in the other room since the first week, right before chemo, or right after chemo started. So I'm really looking forward to just being back in the mix with them. You know.
Yeah.
And the target date was when you come back from Russia.
Yeah.
So.
That'll be nice.
Soon.
Because then you'll have, it's like right up to the holiday season, and you guys can do the holidays together, and that'll be fun.
And Kira's birthday. Yeah.
No, Dasha's birthday.
Dasha's? When's Dasha's birthday?
26th.
Of November?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Is she a Sagittarius?
Didn't they just change all the dates? I'm not an Aries anymore, so I don't know.
I've always been a Sagittarius. Mine stayed the same, so... I'm like, this is why Josh and I get along so well.
I can't believe they changed it.
Right? Like, why you can't change the stars.
So were all my readings wrong back then?
Apparently, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know.
I didn't know they changed it. I'm gonna have to check
They
on mine
changed it
now.
a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Did it a couple of years ago? I thought it was this year, but I could be wrong.
Did they change it again? I don't. Fucking Christ! I don't know.
All I know is they changed the dates, and I'm not an Aries anymore. So
they better not, because I was gonna get a Sagittarius symbol on my nails on Sunday for my birthday. So they better have freaking not changed it, or otherwise I'm gonna be a fraud.
I thought you were gonna get a tattoo.
Oh God, no!
Yeah, I thought that's where we were going with this.
Honest to God, if I get a tattoo, it's gonna be one of those crazy nights where I'm with like you and Frankie and like other Schmoedown people. We're gonna be like, let's go get a tattoo, and be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't have one.
I don't have any either. I used to get piercings. I had a labret piercing and an eyebrow piercing. Once I had both of them at the same time. I looked like an idiot, but
I would get a tattoo.
You know what? I have a picture on my phone. Hold on.
Please show me, because I could totally see you. I look
scary.
I could totally see you with an eyebrow.
It was when I was in Austin.
I'm gonna get a tattoo. I want to get a tattoo at Star Wars Celebration next year, because they always have the best like Star Wars, like specific Star Wars tattoo artists there every year, and you can just walk up to one and say like, "Hey, I want like a little small thing," and they'll just do it that day.
Oh my God.
So
that's cool. I bet they have good artists out there.
Are you going to Celebration, Kevin?
When is it?
May. The end of May next year.
I don't know. I haven't thought. I didn't get a ticket, so if they're out, I would be. Yeah.
I don't know when they're gonna sell tickets, because right now it's just everyone who had tickets for the last year.
Yeah,
it's rolled over.
They'll probably do a resale, because I know a lot of people got refunds.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll do a resale of tickets, because you should go. It would be fun.
Yeah.
Come meet at my place. We'll pregame.
Oh, it's in Anaheim. It's in Anaheim.
It's in Anaheim. Come to my place. We'll pregame. We'll go to Celebration.
All right. That sounds like a plan.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry if I do sound a little off. I am on meds right now, so
you're good. You're good. I'm just glad
I wasn't going to cancel on us. You know.
I'm proud of you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm just glad. I'm glad you're here. And let me tell you, the Schmoedown community is also freaking stoked you were here, because during the live event, there were our hashtag for today is #Let's Get Smashed.
Yes. I saw it in the live chat.
All over the live chat.
Really?
Pay-per-view was #Let's Get Smashed. So
yeah, I tend to do that on streams with the action guys when we do the Century Club.
That was so much fun.
And then we did a drinking game, the appearance after my Chandru loss, and they had like them in the Patreons had like 10 hidden words, and every time I said it, they would drink, and I was trying to guess what it was.
I remember that. What was the word?
That is
I never
a fun game.
I don't remember.
One of them was Harry Potter because I spun Harry Potter, and they knew I was going to bitch about it.
Those fucks. Those assholes.
Because I didn't respin.
Fucking.
So, I think Challenge was one of them too.
Oh my god. Sounds about right. Sounds like something they would do.
We have to try this.
I am drinking wine. I am not drinking the White Russian. You announced the White Russian, right? The White Russian's in honor of my wife, who is in
delicious.
Russia.
And your wife is one of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my entire life.
Aww.
She is so sweet, and
I agree.
I freaking love her. When you first introduced me to her, I was like, yes, please keep this one, please and thank you. She is one of the sweetest people. Like, she's so freaking spectacular.
Yeah, I love her. It's crazy being away from him this long. Like, going through some of the things that I've been going through, like with my pain and stuff, and not having them there. You know, it's just. And like, I feel like I've lost. Like, she was not my secretary, but she was really good with like arranging things. And
It's
I've gotten the mail and stuff, things. But like, you know, I feel like I don't have my Pepper Potts with me. You know.
Oh
my god, that's cute. I definitely see that. I see that dynamic. That's really freaking cute. And also, there's something. So the thing that always makes me laugh is because we hung out, I think like 3 or 4 weeks before Kira was born, and Dasha was like huge. But like when she turned around,
huge in a beautiful way.
But no, because when she turned around, she did not look pregnant. Like,
she's one of those.
She's one of those
sneaky ones.
She's one of those. Like, when her back was towards you, you were like.
I remember going down a stairwell and she was in front of me, and I was looking at her. I'm like, it doesn't look like you're. And she was 8 months along.
She was 8 months pregnant. Like, one of those where she does not gain weight, but it's just baby. Like, I was like, I want to be you if I ever get pregnant, because good Lord, you look fantastic. You look amazing.
Yeah. And now my baby is walking.
That's so crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But it's funny because like I was joking about it the whole time. I'm like, you know, like I said, like knock her over every time she starts to walk. But, I think when I saw it, I wasn't disappointed. Like I thought I would be, you know, I was like, oh, there's only a baby's first certain things, you know. Yeah. But I saw her first crawl, and I mean, I've seen her first steps. I was on like Streamland, you know, whatever, FaceTime, and so it didn't affect me that way. I was really stoked about it, you know?
Because here's the thing. When they come home, guess who's going to walk right towards you as soon as she comes through that door?
Yeah.
Precious.
So cute.
Precious. She's the cutest. I need to send her Christmas presents. She's outgrown all the onesies I've sent her.
She's so big now.
She's so big now.
I have that calendar app where I take a picture of every day, and I've done it since 2012.
Yeah, you've shown me those.
I did a thing once where with my wife, I was like, let's play date karaoke. Pick any date, you know. And she picked a date, or I think I did. I was scrolling because she didn't want to play because she was worried. And of course, because I would take a picture of anything. If I went on a date with a girl, I would just say, hey, it's not weird, but here, I'm taking a picture of us like this or whatever.
Yeah.
If it was a girl I was dating, not like on a first date.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we land on like February 11th. And I was dating a girl at the time. And there's a picture of me and the girl.
Of course.
She's like, I don't want to play that game. Fair.
I don't want to play anymore.
But I can go to November 14th of last year. And look at how little the baby is. That's the picture we took for that calendar date.
Oh
my goodness.
She's so little. Oh, and now here's that super embarrassing photo of me. Hold on.
Yes, please show us. I need to see.
It's probably going to get screen grabbed and used against me.
Show it to me.
It's ridiculous.
It's okay. I'll still love you. It's fine.
You might not.
Okay. Let's see. Let's find out.
It was taken for a promo from some guy that was having a clothing store. Hold on.
Oh my god, that hair.
Whoa.
You can't really see the piercing, but it's there. And then
I'm looking at that
Yeah, that
hair. Is what
I
I'm
know
looking
the
at.
hair.
Look at that JC Chazé in sync spiked hair. Like, look at
Yeah.
this.
That's some Jersey Shore hair.
That's some Jersey Shore.
Hey,
hair,
I was
if
Jersey
ever
Shore
see it.
before Jersey Shore, though. But yeah, I used to take. Yeah, well, before the show, anyway. I used to take. I would take glue. Yeah, that was, dude, in Austin. That was 2000.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if I would want to be announcing that. I was Jersey Shore before Jersey Shore. I don't know if that's
For
a big deal.
hair. I would
Okay,
take, I would take this bedhead stick, and I would just do it all over my hair, and it was jet black, and it would spike there, and then I'd spike it equally, so it looked like a
Stick? Like a glue stick?
it was like a glue stick called bedhead. So ridiculous.
Bring back the hair glue stick.
Okay, so you know how like things are coming back, like fanny packs are a thing now, and like overalls. We're gonna start seeing like the full-on spiked gelled hair coming back. I can just feel it. I feel it's gonna happen.
I'll bring it
back the hard
Kevin's like, I
crunchy
got it.
hair.
I used to dye my hair jet black and just spike it.
Was it jet black?
Yeah, that's how.
It looked dark.
And then, I have it. You can see the jet black hair up there, spiked. And then,
okay, I see.
And then, when I had it short, this is me. There's another ridiculous photo of me.
Oh my god!
Jet black, short hair. There's a piercing, and I'm holding a bottle of Patron. So
okay, Kevin,
you know what I was up to in Austin.
Kevin, you know I love you.
Club
I love you very
influencer.
much. You look like a douchebag in that picture.
I was not a douchebag. I brought over a bottle of Patron to the party. I was a hero. Damn
I
it.
was a hero. Damn it.
It's funny because all the pictures of me in Austin, I do look like a giant douchebag. And a coworker that I work with, who eventually learned about KOTOR and everything like that, he would say, because when he added me on Facebook when we first started working together, literally back in like 2009. He said, yeah, I saw all your pictures, and there's like one of me like signing, like, I don't want to show that one. Well, whatever. It's happy hour, right?
Show it, damn it. Show it.
Yeah. Here's another douche picture. It's me signing my
oh my god!
my autograph to a girl with boobs.
Okay, I need my titties signed by Kevin Smets now.
Yeah.
And I need this to happen.
All right. No more. But anyways, there's one more.
Spectacular is going to get wild, guys.
Spectacular is going to be wild.
Christian Harloff one day texted me this picture out of the blue. He must have been just looking at my Facebook.
Of course
with
he
no
did.
context, Christian Harloff texted me this picture.
What are those? What is that called? What are those?
And I had eyeliner on.
Oh man.
Oh
I was
my
a stud in
God.
Austin.
You're dude. You still are a stud. Let's be honest. You are still a stud, sir. Don't even.
No, but
Don't even. I mean, I can show fun pictures of Kevin. I have one that I cherish so very much.
which one?
The from your birthday party. You probably don't remember taking it.
Am I wearing the Macho
Those
Man
are the best
jacket?
pictures.
No, you're not. Hold on. Let me. I'll find it. Oh, here we go. Okay, please hold. Do I still have it? Oh my god, maybe I don't have it. But it is a picture from your birthday, and you were very intoxicated. And
As you do.
you
I
stole,
don't know if Hannah got in here late, but I explained the whole thing at the start of the show.
You stole my phone at your birthday, and it's a picture of you, Jay Washington, and I think my sister taking a selfie.
Really?
Yeah, it's great. I have it somewhere. It's like
fantastic.
it's treasured to me because it's great. This was like 3 or 4. I've known you for like 3 or 4 years at this point. It's crazy, crazy.
Time flies.
I met you on my debut.
Your debut, Sean and I were
was
at
4
the
years
studio.
ago?
I mean, someone do the math for me. It was at.
Oh yeah,
it was
I had
at
a rookie
least
season.
3.
Rookie season. Then my second season, which I just refer to as the season I won the Champion of Champions match. I don't talk about the other matches.
Of course.
And Back to the Future.
And Back to the Future.
And then I had one match all season and I lost it. And then I got cancer. So, but that was the second. Yeah, you're right. That was the second year. And then the third year, I'm sitting out. So So yeah, it's been 3 years.
3 years. That's crazy. Yeah, Sean and I. That was our first time in studio, and that was your debut match.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
And then we all went to the bar across the street afterward, and
Classic.
classic.
Met Rachel Silvestrini there.
Yes, we met
Her
Rachel,
mom.
we met PJ, and it's because of you assholes that we're still in this nonsense, because you were nice to us, and now here we are. And I heard perfect time to enter the stream,
Oh,
Brennan,
brother.
is boob signing.
You might want to scroll back for that one.
But
I hope you don't get a copyright strike or something. For
of course not. No, we don't.
R-rated
we're
strike
not,
for the boobs.
we're not that popular.
Now I don't know if I want my wife to watch this. I sent her the link from Russia because it's 12 hours now, 13 hours ahead. So
so they're just waking up. I hope she watches.
It's 8 in the
because
morning.
This is
Dasha,
a
if you're
great
watching,
show to have breakfast to.
It's true. We have a lot of viewers who wake up and they're like, "Oh, it's happy hour," and we're like, "Cheers."
That's great.
We should do Bloody Marys one episode.
One episode I don't drink Bloody Marys, but I'll do it for you. I'll drink
I
Bloody
love
Marys
them.
for you, Molly. For you,
They're
I'll
so
do
good.
it. For you, I'll drink a Bloody
Spicy
Mary.
Bloody Marys.
I've had one before.
Just one?
Bloody Mary. Yeah, like one.
I go
didn't
on like
not
a
like it, but you have to be in the mood.
I'm not
Yeah.
a tomato juice.
I go
person.
on like a kick. Every once in a while, I'll want a Bloody Mary, and then I taste one, and then it's like all I drink for a week.
Oh,
and
okay.
I go through my Bloody Mary cleanse, and
Your
then
face.
I'm good for a while.
I'm Brian. I'm a mimosa kind of girl, like where it's like champagne and then like itty bit of orange juice, like itty bitty bit.
Splash
and
of OJ.
a splash of OJ.
Kind
I'm
of
a
like your
big
White Russians.
kind of like my what? Oh, fucking Christ!
There's a Catwoman joke in the movie Catwoman where she
Yes.
says, she's like, "I'd like a White Russian. Hold the Kahlua, hold the vodka," because she's a cat.
It's milk.
wanted the milk.
Oh, I get
Straight
it.
milk.
She says that at a club.
Does she get it in like a little dish?
She get it in a dish. She licks it. That's gonna be clipped out. But so we haven't seen you in this space in quite some time. I want to know your thoughts on this season. What are your thoughts on what's been going on this season? I want to know your favorite matches. I want to know who you think is going to win an award season. I need to know everything. Spill the tea. How are you feeling about everything that happened this past season?
I think I haven't watched. I watched a lot early on, and then it was hard for me because I'm not in it, and it's like a reminder, of the struggles that I've had, and my journey's not over, to be honest. So, like everybody's expecting me next season and stuff like that, and I'm like, that's not written. I mean, the most I've talked to with Christian about anything was about possibly managing like a special match, and that was for this season. So
yeah.
So to answer your question, it's kind of hard watching it and kind of being away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My recovery goes long beyond the surgery now, and I was taught that. I was told that, and there's a lot to do like mentally too. Like I've been in touch with they're called social workers, but they're basically like therapists. When you're a survivor, and right now I'm a survivor, but I'm in that window where I got my first clean CT scan and all that pelvic scan and stuff. It's great.
Yay.
Got to do so. It's like a warp zone, though. I heard you have to do 5 years of that, and then you're clean. But they count the first year of your treatment. So, boom, I only have 4 years of it. So,
down 1 year,
almost halfway through this year. So it's actually
I thought it was 10 years.
5 years of clean scans, and you're considered cured. Until then, I'm in remission.
Oh, that's okay. I thought it was 10. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, good.
Yeah. So I keep drinking this, thinking it's water, and it's wine.
I'm
this
sorry.
like Jesus.
gets less and less strong. I don't know if it's the ice melting or if it's me getting drunk.
Little column A, little column B. But Kevin, I will say every time I even mention your name, my mom, who's also currently in remission, goes, "How's he doing? Is he okay? Great. How's the baby?" Like they all know your story, and like you're such an inspiration. And I know you hear this all the time, but it's true. You know, there's really are.
In the Schmoedown and I don't know if it's public, so I won't say who, but he or she parent is going through chemo, just started, and I've kind of been there for them too. So
Yeah.
It's like
Good.
I have a lot of PTSD from it. Things bring it back.
Yeah.
There's it's crazy. Like the littlest things will bring it back. Like
Yeah.
getting off at an exit off the 405 to our place. If it's anywhere near 3:00. That's right when I was getting dropped off after chemo, and it literally makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah.
Foods that I had during chemo. Used to love Tate's chocolate chip cookies, dude. I can't even stomach.
Never again.
Mm-hmm.
We actually did an experiment because my wife doesn't like me eating fast food, and I didn't really eat. I haven't had fast food since she moved in with me. But
to be fair, fast food is very much an American thing.
yeah.
So
I literally, after a chemo treatment, because what happened was by accident. After my first chemo treatment, I was like, "Oh, this is easy because it's cumulative." So the first one, I kind of felt good, and I was like right after anyway, and I was like, "Dude, like I feel good. Like let's go to Sharky's and get a, I feel I have my appetite. I'm not nervous anymore." But the hard symptoms of it were immediate. So I couldn't drink a cold fluid without it feeling like pop rocks down the throat, cold sensitivity to touching. And then it got worse. Like as each, so like on the fifth and sixth one, I was like literally barely able to walk on my own. I was so dizzy and just pooped from the chemo treatment.
You're allowed to cuss on here. Just
okay.
letting you know. Yeah.
But the first two, I remember being quite like, oh, I can do anything except like foods and stuff like that. So we did an experiment. Like I think week 3 of chemo, when we got back, I got McDonald's on the way. We're like, let's see if and I really, honestly, it worked because I think of that meal and like everything when you're on chemo just sucks, dude. The taste and the flavor and everything. It's crazy, and it literally makes you like averse to it. Do you know what I mean?
So you'll never have so Dash is like, okay, we're gonna eat all this now, so you never eat it again.
Yeah, she hates McDonald's, so.
I love a good McDonald's French fry.
I do too.
I'm gonna be honest.
Every time the McRib's back, I gotta get it at least once.
Okay. I'm not a McRib fan. Like I don't
had one.
Neither am I, but you gotta get it.
I don't get the hype. It's basically just it's fake meat smothered in barbecue sauce.
It's horrible, but that's why
it's a barbecue sauce sandwich. That's
I don't like that the grill marks are just like painted on there.
Just painted on.
Yeah.
I've never had one.
They carve it out to make it look like there's ribs on it.
No, I'll stick with or chicken nugs, but
I did tell her I didn't want to ruin Del Taco because Del Taco is a close place to my heart, much like Ken Knapsack. Growing up.
We're a Taco Bell. We're a Taco Bell. This is a Taco Bell.
Can you get a burger at Taco Bell though? With your tacos and your can you? No. Fries? No.
I've never wanted a burger and a taco in the same meal though.
It's fair. If I want a burger, I'm gonna go to In-N-Out.
Yeah.
To be fair though, Del Taco has better burritos. The Del Taco burritos are solid.
Yeah.
But like if I want nachos and shit, no, I'm good. It's like a tradition at this point in happy hour where one of us is getting Taco Bell at the end of the night. Like it has to happen.
Oh man, I love Taco
We
Bell
joke about it, and then an hour or two goes by, and we send a picture of our Taco Bell.
Our Taco Bell order.
I went to a wedding once, and they loved Taco Bell, and you still had the food and stuff at the reception, but then at midnight. Taco Bell truck delivered.
No! Oh my god!
It looked like it was the greatest thing ever.
I went to a wedding and they did that, but it was pizza. It was it was in Chicago, and then they had like a bunch of deep dish pizza delivered.
Yeah, because I mean, you probably spend a fortune on the reception with the food, but like it's the same old thing. Chicken mash, it's like you're at a reception. For anything.
Yeah.
So it's cool when they bring in a flavor of that. I guess he proposed at Taco Bell too. Like, and I could be wrong on that. I feel like that was the story, but this guy is he's a working cinematographer and like does well for himself. I think it was just they had a Taco Bell thing at the beginning of their relationship, which kind of then became like, this would be the right place to do it. Or maybe he got it, he brought it home. He didn't go, maybe I'm thinking that he brought it in and he put it in the Taco Bell bag, but it was at home or something.
I want Sean to propose to me in a nacho grande. Just put the ring in there.
Just bury it in like beans nacho and cheese. You gotta dig it out.
I wanted to propose to Dasha speaking Russian, and I got the Duolingo app. I'm like, This is easy. It's gonna be fine. But Russia has its own alphabet. And
Yes,
that
yes,
app,
they do.
it doesn't spell out the words like a Spanish word. When you say Espanol, you type
Yeah.
They in the app, they don't teach you the alphabet.
The alphabet.
First.
I
So
also have
it'll just be
Duolingo.
like, what's this? 3 squiggly letters. It's a boy. You're like, I can't do it. Like I literally have to learn the alphabet.
Fuck it. But so speaking of
Whataburger
food and
is
all
good,
that stuff. So here's how much I love you, Kevin. I was supposed to go. One of my old bosses, he's a movie producer, and he's having a party tonight with a open bar and an In-N-Out truck.
Get out of here. What are you doing here?
Because I love you very much, and so I'm here tonight.
You could have pushed it.
No. Fuck that. No, I'm like,
I'm not
Kevin.
a diva here. I'm a
no.
retired superstar.
No,
have
I'm
your
like,
own
retired,
open
not
bar.
superstar, but not superstar.
I do have
Retired
my
athlete.
own open bar. I'm a retired. I do have, and you guys need to come to my open bar. You guys need to come over. We have a full bar here. Just come over.
It's open
I'm
bar.
there.
So where's this party? Why
At
can't
my
you do it
place.
after? It's 7:00. We'll be done here in a happy hour, right?
Okay,
Done
so Kevin, do you want to drive down to Orange County when we're done and we can party?
here. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's do the thing.
If I wasn't feeling so absolutely crappy, I would.
We'll plan a day. Whenever there's a day when you guys are like going to Disney or something, just come over and we'll do dinner or some nonsense. Where's the part? Brandon, you guys know you know where I live. Y'all are always invited to my house. Y'all know this. I mean, no, fuck you, Brandon Hannah. I hate you. My arch nemesis.
You can't replace me, Brandon Hannah. I'm irreplaceable.
We don't talk about Brandon Hannah. Brandon Hannah is my arch nemesis. He's a douchebag, and I hate him a lot.
Yeah. Before I was thrown in the towel, I think I storyline hated him too. In fact, my first appearance here was like on the Point of View channel was
They were saying that, yeah.
the with Brad, and then we got in an altercation on there too.
Gilmore or Hannah?
Yeah, we got in an altercation.
To
I
be
won't
fair,
say-
Altercation.
who doesn't get in altercations with them? To be fair, like
You're building the
real.
brand. Like if we're speaking off turn here.
Get in line.
Fuck off, Brandon. I love you very much. I'm sorry. I mean, no, fuck you, asshole. Shit.
I can't wait to be out there in December. I cannot wait.
Dude.
Yeah, I mean,
I wish we were staying longer, but
Same.
that weekend's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, hopefully I can get out there at least to see you guys.
I hope so too. Like at least to stop by because we're doing. So I need to send you all the info. We're doing stuff for my birthday that
Hi,
week.
Brian. Thank you, man.
Hi,
Hi,
Ward.
Brian.
We're doing stuff for my birthday that week, Kevin. So you need to come out and do shit because we're gonna my liver is gonna be my liver is just gonna be.
We're gonna show up to spectacular in like sunglasses and a hoodie and be like,
We're like,
yep.
what's up?
I think it's with age too, but also being a cancer survivor, like, it's just not easy for me to recover as it was. Like I went out on Saturday night, actually with Sabrina and Brandon too. We went to a hotel party at Figueroa. Hotel Figueroa. It was fun. What's funny, like so it was finally Halloween, and I was like, all right, Smetstober's been a bust. Like and then my friend invited me to this like club event on Sunday night.
A club, like a legit club.
Yeah, and it was the Maxim, whatever.
You went to a Maxim party?
Did you sign more boobs?
Oh my god, it was so the number of probably hired women that were there was insane. And like I've been to clubs before. I can do it. I've been to Vegas while being in a relationship, and I've been fine. I don't stray or anything like that.
No,
but like
of course not.
that was the first time though where I was at the club and I was like, this is literally like, and I was Macho Man. And what's funny is everybody at that club was at a lower age bracket. Only the older guys knew who I was. People were coming up to me asking if I'm in that Macho Man outfit. They were asking if I was
I would know
a
who
cabaret
Macho,
singer and stuff. It was crazy. And like, yeah.
How do they not know who Macho Man Randy Savage is? Did they live under a rock in the past like 30 years? Fuck.
They're just youngsters.
I'm a youngster. I know
party
who
was-
Macho Man is.
party was full of people that were like networking, like actresses and stuff. And the thing about them, the young hungry ones, they literally ask for your Instagram or TikTok within the first minute of meeting you. So it's not like this; they're just collecting people, right? And I told my wife this, and she was not thrilled. So some girl, like it was with our party or whatever, like, or hanging out with us for a brief time, was like, "Oh, cool," because she heard that I was an editor, and I was like, "Yeah, I edit for reality TV or whatnot." She's like, "Oh, cool." All she said was, "Oh, cool. Let's exchange Instagrams." So I thought it was funny because like my last 4 photos on Instagram is like my wife, my kid, and everything like that. So if she was interested, me giving her my Instagram would have curbed it because I gave her my Instagram. I'm like, "Oh, and you see here my kid and stuff like that.
Here's my precious family."
Yeah.
And I told Dasha that, and she was like, "No,
Yeah,
I give your Instagram." I was like, "Yeah, but look at it. It has all of our kids. Like it's you and the kids in wedding photos." I thought it was funny, and I literally said, "Oh, you'll love the picture of my kid," because I mean, it was so early on where she was asking for my Instagram that I didn't think she was asking for it for anything other than to network. Because like half the people there were doing that. It's crazy.
That's the
What's your
fact that
TikTok?
that's like
What's your Instagram?
That's so weird now. Like just go have some fun. Like why are you just stop it?
Yeah.
No
The
one
last
gives a
time I
shit.
went to, I've actually been to a club that I think Maxim was doing an event there. It was Maxim or something similar. And there were these women there that had their like full bodies painted. They had like little
Yeah, they have that
pasties
thing.
on. And
To be
they
fair, I've always
they
wanted
were
to
walking
do
around
that,
basically naked with paint on.
to be fair.
yeah, and I had never seen that before, and I was like, I was like giggling like a
To be fair,
middle
I've definitely
school boy.
I've
I was
always
like,
wanted
she's
to-
naked.
She's naked. I've always wanted to get like the body paint thing done. I'm one of those people that's like, paint me to the gods, and
I'd be so cold.
I would also be very cold.
I would be very cold.
It's so funny though, because the first night I loved it because I had like I was Brandon and Sabrina. The people that I was with, they're friends, but I'm not as close with them. So that second night, I just constantly like being introduced to these women or women coming up to us and stuff, and I was just like, I could go to a club and enjoy myself when I'm in Vegas. Out like we have a guys trip that we do and stuff like that. It's fine because you're in Vegas, but it was just weird being out there on Halloween. Huh?
Can I go to the guys' trip?
Yeah, of course. But it was just weird being out on Halloween, and like it just felt to me. I felt for the first time because like after this year of fighting cancer and stuff like that, it just felt very like the VIP because we had these VIP tickets, and the VIP line was a fucking disaster, and like all these kids surrounding, and it was just like a total like they're all so young, and I was just like, yeah, I just feel incongruent here. Like you want to be authentic in your life, and I just didn't feel like. So I actually left the party early. It was if I had more of like my close friends, I think it would have been fun because like, you know what I mean. And I'm not saying
it's always weird just being in a place like that where it's so obvious that everyone else there is in like a different age bracket, and you just feel like a chaperone, and you're like.
I can see you and Kaiser wrecking shop.
Oh, I called Kaiser that day. I was really hoping he can go on Sunday night, and he would have, but he was out of town for a funeral. And I think he would have like, and that's no disrespect to the friends that were there that I know, but I'm not as close with them, and so it just a very difference of philosophies on like going out.
All about boobies.
It's all about the boobies. Let's be real.
Yeah, I like how. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Okay, so
all those photos were on my
Facebook, right? Me like with waitresses with the bottle upside down. Like there's this if you go to my Facebook and just go to the earliest you can, you'll see like Austin photos. Well, let's just have more fun, right? I showed you that one.
Show us more embarrassing photos.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that right there.
So dark and broody.
So dark.
Is that from the new Batman movie?
You look like oh my god, what is oh my god.
Here's the guy with the hair right there. I look like
I love club photos.
So
like
that picture
but you don't take them out. You suffer through them. You know what I mean? Like
what is the name of Garth Brooks's alter ego?
Oh,
Gaines, something Gaines. Chris
Uh,
Gaines. Is
what?
it Chris Gaines?
Chris Gaines?
Chris Gaines, Garth
That
Brooks's alter ego.
Oh,
That
Chris
sounds right.
Gaines. Brian is saying yes. Chris. That looks like a Chris Gaines.
Yep,
photo
Chris Gaines.
shoot. That looks like Chris Gaines.
oh man.
This-
I mean,
a
just
little
if you ever,
soul
Yes. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Hold on, Jake. I'm gonna pull you in real quick.
if you're my Facebook friend, you can just
Chris
scroll to the
Gaines.
very
There you
beginnings.
go.
Oh boy.
That looks like a Chris Gaines.
Oh wow.
Oh boy.
But so
Oh god, look at this one. Look at me.
look at that asshole.
Too cool to
So-
look at the camera.
But in the meantime, when I was there, I partied more in Austin than I did in college, and I went to San Diego State, so that's saying something. Learned a lot of life lessons out there too of why not to party and how you can get down a bad spiral, and I got out of it myself. But while I was there, KOTOR episode 1 was out, and I had just moved to Austin, and I was working on KOTOR episode 2 slowly but surely out there, and it was keeping my sanity of like, because it just became this like, vortex of partying, and I went out there for a friend's business, and that was a bunch of lies. Long story short,
Yeah.
when I got back, I found I remember KOTOR fans will remember on the forums that we had, KOTOR episode 2 was 18% completed, and that was like when I was in Austin. And then when I moved back, I finally finished it. But I would still plan on stuff and try to like do some stuff on KOTOR. And so when my friend heard that, when he finally learned about KOTOR, he was interested or whatever, a coworker, and he said, "It's so funny looking at your photos when I Facebook stalked you when I first met you, because I thought you were a douchebag, and now getting to know you, you're not, obviously. And what's
Not
really
at all.
funny is in all those pictures where you're signing boobs and you have bottles getting poured in your mouth, you're probably thinking like, I gotta get back. I want to edit some more KOTOR."
Well, Kevin, real quick. So usually on Happy Hour, whenever we have people of the dungeon here, it usually becomes a madhouse, and people just start showing up.
There she is.
So, so I am being overwhelmed by dungeon people, and I'm about to be even more overwhelmed and I just saw someone else pop into the chat. So I'm going to introduce,
Bring them all in.
ladies and gentlemen, first of all, we have the spider. Robert Parker is here.
Oh,
God, you fuck.
Look at that,
I had to do
man.
it.
Rocking the goatee and the spiked hair. That was a time, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then
It worked for me out there because I was in
Oh,
Austin.
I'm sure it did.
Because in Austin, it's very like progressive, and they're trying to get film out there. It was early on, so when I came out looking totally like Hollywood with the piercings and the black hair and the spikes, like they all loved that look. It was a total farce, but it was total farce.
and then
Did they
of
call
course-
you Hollywood like the kid?
Oh
in
my
Hocus
god,
Pocus?
of course they did.
Kevin
was
Hollywood
Hollywood.
Smets.
Kevin
Yeah.
Hollywood Smets. And then that the party
Hi,
doesn't
Parker. How
stop
you doing?
there.
Future world champion.
The party. Hold on. Hi, I'm doing well. I don't want to interrupt Jill's show.
I have a
And
photo.
Parker, when do you not interrupt my show? Let's be real. Like
I have a
When
photo
you
that I
don't send me
sent-
the link.
fair.
I
That's
have a
when
photo.
I.
I have a photo that I sent to Christian Harloff on Spectacular 2019, and it features our Robert Parker. So I'm gonna find it right now. Do you
Do
remember
it.
what it
Is
was,
that
Parker?
the reaching one? Is that the
Yeah.
one you're talking? Yeah, I know what you're
Does he
talking
have
about.
his shirt on?
I sent that
Yes.
to Christian.
How dare you? Wait, no. Yes. One of the first things Molly, one of the first things that poor Molly, one of the first things that ever happened.
Poor
when I was
me.
ever
Bare
on a call-
ass.
That was
No.
a gift.
Yeah, I mooned Molly one of the first times we were ever on call together, and it was the funniest shit in the world.
Oh my God! Really?
Molly is the only
still
one
do
who
that to
saw
people.
it. No one else.
She's the only one who saw it. I was
Molly
like
saw
cooking
it.
breakfast or something, or dinner or something. Like I was like cooking in my old
It was
apartment.
like 3 a.m. It was
Yeah.
He just had his pants down, and I was like, his pants are down.
that's a butt. But
That's a butt.
It
I
was
see it.
funny.
That's a butt.
But there was like
But,
7 or 8 people on call, and you're the only one who said anything.
But ladies and gentlemen,
I guess I
this
don't
is-
have that picture.
this is a dungeon party,
I
and
have
it's gonna be getting more partying.
Dungeony.
Because
We're going deeper into that dungeon.
We're going
baby.
deeper in the dungeon because, ladies and gentlemen, we have the wonderful Dan Merle and Mark
Yay!
Mavic joining us, and a cat.
Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
It's funny. I
Welcome.
know. With my future uncertain and everything, like the one time that they get Mara and Dan and Parker, and I was with Parker in that second year of mine, but that was like COVID and it was weird. But like just knowing how everything's going to change and stuff like that, like it's cool that all the dungeon members are going to be here tonight. Or you're saying that they are.
We've definitely sent the link to multiple dungeon people. But real quick, Jay, can you pull up some of the super chats we've gotten? Because I know we've gotten a couple and I want to make sure we get through those. I know PLD sent one a bit ago. Will Kevin sign my moves from one PLD?
Yeah, I mean equal opportunities for both sides.
The answer is for the right price, Kevin. Come on.
I will if Kevin won't.
Each of you can sign one titty. You can sign the left. He can sign the right. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I shouldn't have told anybody to look at my old Facebook. I need it, but I'm gonna own it. People, I have funny, crazy stories.
$1. Hold on, really quick. $1 per legend. So okay, so there's $4. So the legends, I'm assuming, are Kevin, Dan, Mara, and Parker. Is Molly a 99-cent legend? And
I'm the 99-cent one.
Am I chopped liver here? What's happening?
No, we're all legends. You're all legends.
What's happening, Whit? I see you. Oh, thank you.
There it is.
There's my 99 cents. Thank you, Whit. I love you and appreciate you. From the one, Tim Sim. Hope everyone's having a great night. Happy to see Smets doing well since we last saw him over a year ago for Smash-a-thon.
That was a year ago?
The award show, I accepted the Yodi, and then that was the last people really saw of me.
Mm-hmm.
I popped in from time to time giving updates and stuff like that.
We're glad to have you.
Adam,
Buck.
We're just glad to have you back. And it's just, like I said, it's just nice to have you here, and I'm glad that we got your fellow dungeon heads to join it, because that's usually how it rolls.
Well, they
with
did
Happy Hour,
a great job of making me feel like I had no qualms about it. Going into the season, I thought I would be able to help Parker and Mara more and Molly. I think before your first match or whatever, but then when the recovery got difficult, like I had to check it. I had to pass on most of their trainings, so I feel bad about that, but I mean, I was suffering.
You were doing something that was more important, pal.
It was far more important.
I actually have harbored resentment all season, but I didn't want to say anything.
Any of your losses, you're like, it's Kevin's fault.
It's Kevin's fault. Well, especially that Newsies question. I totally would have gotten there.
Oh my god! I was going because I remember.
There's a Newsies question. Are you talking about the Barbarian match?
Or was it Newsies question?
No, I got a Newsies question.
You got a Newsies question too.
Yeah.
Luckily, so did Barbarian. He lost a match to it.
I almost did.
What was the question?
It sent me to overtime. What was that?
What was the question?
Who was the
who plays
lead?
the publisher of the newspaper?
No, it was who plays Denton. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Denton? Oh,
yeah.
Bill Pullman.
Yes.
Wait.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan.
No, the answer to my question was Robert Duvall. I don't
Robert
know
Duvall is that. He plays the newspaper guy.
Pulitzer.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
But Dan was literally like, Kevin's gonna kill me. And I was like, yes, he is. Yes, he is going to.
Is this recent? Uh-oh.
It was my lawn match. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was telling them. So I watched a lot early on, and I definitely kept up with my dungeon mates for their matches and stuff like that. And I was able to see Parker at. That was important to me to get to. In fact, I had a whole Disneyland trip moved to make sure, like, we had it for my kid's first birthday.
For your couch. That's
Huh?
I said thanks for your couch, and also the kid thing, whatever, but mostly the couch.
Yeah.
But
I moved a Disneyland vacation weekend to the following weekend, so I could be there for Parker's match, which was cool to be able to do. So
yeah, it was cool.
Because I remember I missed his debut, which I was really bummed about. That sucked.
Real quick though, I'm going to interrupt really quickly because this dungeon reunion just doesn't feel right.
Oh dear.
Without the head of all of this chaos. Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Just kidding. He left.
That sounds right.
Never mind.
He's like,
I was giving him this grand fucking introduction, and then he just.
And here comes Eric Zipper. Oh.
Someone send Zipper the link. You fuck. I was giving you a fucking piece of fucking piece of shit.
Well,
Anyway, continue your story because there was gonna be a
You should do.
I keep forgetting to close threads.
Oh my god. Yo.
what?
If you
oh,
close
he's
your eyes,
here.
it's like he's
Where
here.
is he? I hear him.
What? He's with us. I need to.
What Star Wars movie?
Okay, wait, he's back. Okay, he's back. Hold on, wait, before.
Padme.
Okay, before we bring him
Is
on,
that Kaiser trying to ask you a story?
Jake, just bring him in.
Like the
just
boss
bring him
he
in.
is.
Look at this asshole.
What's
Hello. Welcome.
Hi,
There
Kaiser.
he
Can't hear anything.
You can't hear anything. You need to
us?
fix your
Yeah.
earbuds.
You're missing Dan's impersonation of you.
Nope.
You
Oh,
got
you're
nothing?
Oh
he's
no.
struggling.
Poor guy.
Unplug your earbuds.
Yeah, Parker. I saw Kaiser
No audio.
to not aid the competition and knowing what you're watching or whatever. He was like, I fired up this trilogy. I'm gonna start.
Oh, he's got
watching.
earbuds
and plug them back in, bro.
It's so
I heard
funny
that.
because I'm just thinking like, I don't know if that's
The way that he's been pronouncing questions for that in the last like 3 days
Really
has
funny?
been
Oh, I
incredible.
bet.
It's been wonderful.
Oh my god. He needs to just unplug his earbuds. Someone teach Kaiser how to technology.
Well, I don't even think it's unplugging his ear. I think he literally just has his audio go into a different source instead of his earbuds.
Sounds about right. That
That's-
sounds about right. Sounds
happens.
valid. Sounds valid. Oh, we have another dungeon mate in the
Hoey!
chat. What's up, Hoey?
Hello.
Oh, Hoey, I'm
John,
so
no,
excited.
you don't like me enough to be on the show. I get it. Thanks, dude. Just kidding.
Yeah,
Good to
way
hear
to
from you,
tend to
buddy.
your wife and children. Jeez.
How dare you have
God.
a family?
Yeah, I gotta say,
Guys, isn't
maybe-
it crazy that Hoey's second kid was born at the start of this season?
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you. Like literally weeks after the draft.
I'm pretty sure kids hatch. I'm pretty sure that's how
They
it
come
works.
from
right.
eggs.
Yeah.
Definitely come from
Do you have to
eggs.
sit on the egg for 9 months?
You poop it out of your butt and then you sit on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did this come? We have talking about boobies.
Hey!
Are we good?
Hey!
My 80-year-old landlady came by, and she got the audio set up for me.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Oh,
Thank
good for
goodness.
her.
Yeah,
She
she
deserves
just
an extra
she
little
just
something.
retired from the Pony Express.
Jesus Christ. What's
Wait,
up,
don't-
Kaiser?
What's
Long time
up?
no see.
What's
I love the
going on?
Welcome
dungeon.
to the-
I love the dungeon reunion here. It's great.
Yeah, welcome to the dungeon reunion here on
Very-
only on Happy Hour.
Very
Welcome.
very dungeony
Yeah.
Dungeon.
up in here.
It's
I-
very dungeon.
I think Hoey is probably recording, or at least he probably planned on recording something about all the potential
The
Disney
news
Plus
today,
Star Wars
yeah.
announcements that didn't happen.
Okay,
yeah.
here's
Oh, that's
I
today.
got up so for me 8.
No Obi-Wan.
early.
No Obi-Wan trailer.
Just a
don't
sizzle
Nothing.
reel.
Like 5 in the morning
Yeah.
usually. 8 o'clock is very
I
early
got up
for us.
early and I was like, oh, it's a Twitter feed. Okay. And then I was just
Yeah.
kind of sitting there and I'm like, oh, cool. High School Musical, the series, volume 3.
Yay.
Cool. And then, and then my favorite was it just like, it didn't end. They just stopped tweeting.
Hi, Alex.
Oh,
Yeah, there was
The-
no
the
thanks.
dude
you all,
is
thank you
here.
all for
The dude
Yeah,
is here.
there
The
you
dude
go.
is here.
this white Russian.
Wow.
Hi, Alex.
Why do you
Yo,
gotta make it about
talk- yeah,
color?
here we go. Heel turn. Start
Come on.
running your cameras.
Am I the
love
only
this.
one drinking a white Russian?
Oh,
A white Russian?
A white Russian?
Oh, white
Are you killing
Russian.
rabbits?
You
Are
rascally
are
third white
rabbits?
Russian?
Shuffle.
you rascally wabbit.
Why
You
does,
whacked
why does
the-
Alex look like he should be in the pit crew for Dale Earnhardt Jr. right now?
You don't know where I've been.
I know I don't. I'd like to know though. I'd like to hear your memoirs someday.
I texted with Alex after his loss, and I was a big fan of his character work. So
I was gonna ask, are we talking to Alex or are we talking to the demon right now?
It's
Who are
no
we
character
talking
work.
to?
It's all real.
Oh,
No,
okay.
yeah.
I lost
Yeah.
the belt, and this isn't a joke. I just walk around in a bathrobe and sunglasses, drinking
man.
vodka and cream and Kahlua.
At least
That
At
sounds
least-
like my dream.
Yeah.
the good news is you're amongst friends tonight. You're amongst friends, despite being with those rascally Roxy assholes. You're amongst friends tonight.
He's like, I'm taking these fucking sunglasses off.
Yeah, that was fun for a second.
I was gonna put some on, bro. I was gonna match you.
All right.
Put them back on. There you
Put
go.
your sunglasses, Dan.
There it
There
is.
we go.
Welcome to.
That's how you become a heel, right? You put sunglasses
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Side.
That's all you have to
It-
do.
then you
it's not
remind the audience
28.
your heels.
That's it.
This is
Then
like
you remind
I'm
the
bad
audience
now.
your heels.
if Alex and I
Okay.
both worked at the sunglasses hut in the mall. This is what we
The
would look
sunglass hut.
like. TV on the left side. I'm on the
Kaiser,
right.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you'd be a terrible sunglass salesman.
Why do you say that, Parker?
I think
He
you have good
felt
salesman
personally
techniques.
wounded.
the
No,
way
I'll
he
tell you, I'll
said
tell you,
that.
I'll
He
tell
was
you.
like personally hurt by
I'll
that.
tell
I
you,
like
think
the
you
red
have-
frames. I'd buy those from
I
you.
think
Thank
you have
you.
incredible
Thank you,
salesmanship
D-Man.
technique.
Yeah.
And I think those sunglasses look good on you. But
Thank
I
you.
don't think that you have what it takes to tell somebody else if it looks bad on them. I don't think that you'll have the heart to tell them that it looks good.
What
I
do
think
you
you'll say, "Nah,
Let me
not
tell
for
you something. My first ideas for the Smasher wardrobe, he was like, dog shit, terrible, looks like Mortal Kombat.
But he's your best friend. You're not a stranger in the mall that he's trying to get a buck off of.
What did it look like though?
I'm going to show you right now.
Kombat
I'm showing you pictures of me signing boobies. I'm going to show you this.
We've definitely have seen pictures of booby
I hope you
signage
look like
while we've been
Scorpion.
here.
Parker, you got it all wrong. Here's what I'd be like.
I thought
They
TLD
put
just
on.
wanted him to
Here's
sign
how
the
you get
movies
them, Parker.
better.
Let me just sales
Yep.
101.
I'm all in.
Put on a pair of glasses and they look in that little
Yep.
stupid rectangular
mirror.
mirror.
Where you
they
can only see
go,
half your face, right?
And I go, you don't want those. You look like a fucking idiot. Now these are the ones you want.
Yeah,
Sell him on the
boom.
second one. Classic.
Look at this. idiot.
Okay,
It
you
does.
definitely
It does
look
look like
a
Mortal
Mortal
I don't
Kombat
ever want to see
character.
that picture again.
I love it though.
Get it out of here.
It's a little Finstock-esque. I'm not gonna lie.
A little bit.
This was a Photoshop of me with my faction. It was just all the different ideas for outfits.
I do
I
like
love that.
I do like the no sleeves though. I think that's a good look.
Sleeves
The no-
are bullshit.
This is what we
Fuck
landed on.
off.
This obviously. That was the.
Yeah.
You're a no
What would your
sleeves kind of
fatality
guy,
have been?
Parker. I could see you relating to that.
What's your fatality?
that?
Is that what?
I
Yeah.
said you're a no sleeves kind of brother. I
Yeah.
could see you.
no
Kevin,
ripping the
what would your
sleeves off
fatality
kinda guy.
be?
You're
I'm a
gonna
no
rip
shirt
the
kind of
sleeves
guy.
off of
My
your
fatality?
suit next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your
That'd
fatality?
be cool. Actually, let's talk. That might be cool.
Y'all, shut the fuck up. Please hold while Kevin
What
answers
is my
my question.
fatality? If I would do something, if
What
the
would your
Smasher, I would
fatality
smash them with something. I would probably, jump out of the
Oh, that's the
frame
question.
and then like bring a building down on them or something.
Bring a building down.
Or no, I probably would take them and like just literally smash them, and then they like in a compressor. That would be the animation.
It should be the Hulk from Avengers, like the smash him
Oh,
over and over and over.
The overing with
Oh,
Loki.
that's the move right there.
The Winter Smasher. Thank you, Robert Adams. I appreciate it.
Hey, I like the one guy.
first
Who's the one?
debut-
Who's the one guy who in Mortal Kombat he dives into their body like the Matrix?
Oh, Dolphin.
Man, that's
That's Street Fighter.
I don't know.
no. There's a Mortal Kombat
bye. Oh,
character.
Alex is still there. I was like, bye, Alex. Okay.
There's
No,
a
I
Mortal
was
Kombat
letting Molly have her
character.
chair back.
There was a
Dives.
question in the free for all, and I was so like, first time up there and not IG questions. I think it was my only third appearance in front of that live crowd, and I couldn't hear properly, or I was nerves. But the question was, and I would have gotten it right and then that would have eliminated both me and Mike at the same time instead of him lasting one more round than me. But the question was like, Raiden is gathering these heroes for a contest of champions or whatever. Name 3 of them, and one of the names I put down was Raiden. I had written Red Sonja. I had written Sonya.
Oh yeah, you put Raiden down. I remember.
Yeah, and I put Sonya down, and then I erased it, and then I for some reason put Raiden down.
I remember that.
Hey,
I remember that.
Smash, did you know that the guy who gets killed by the propeller in Raiders of the Lost Ark, that bald Nazi prick, is also in Red Sonja?
No, he's in everything.
What's his name,
Look at
Parker?
you.
Parker, you're training. You got it.
Pat Roach.
Oops.
Yeah.
Who?
We talked about this Pat Roach. 2 days ago, we talked about this. He plays 2 roles in Raiders too.
Yeah,
You
we've
later go on to
we've already
found the
disclosed
90s band
enough
Papa
info.
Roach.
Papa
Right.
Roach,
Yeah.
Best. Real quick, we do have a super chat. Brian, are you able to pull that up? Please and thank you. From the one Will Watson.
Wheels.
Dungeon.
Wheels.
Just had to give a big wheels. What's up? The most badass faction and best
Love
people
that
in
guy.
the MTS, including the 2 best after show ladies and biggest badass in the MTS. Thank you. Appreciate you. Smasher, you rock. Cheers
Thanks,
to Will Watson. Thank you.
doing
Molly's
great.
demanding your headphones back, so I'm gonna go. But
Bye, Alex.
Damn,
Bye.
Demon
y'all.
lost his headphones. Shit.
See you in a couple weeks.
We'll see you soon, Alex.
Jill, you're doing a great job with your. When I knew that you were doing the post, like I saw you at the live event, obviously. Or
Not for nothing, Mav, but we came to hang out with you, not your husband. So
Yeah, oh yeah.
welcome.
He comes in
Welcome.
here whenever he wants and just
I do
takes
like
over.
that guy.
Jill, you're doing a great job, and I remember there was like
Thank
this
you.
drama, of like how is she not like if you're a announcer and you're hired to go into the wrestling and your job is to interact with the heels, like that's what you do. Like you
Thank
came
you.
in on day one not apologetic or afraid, and I loved it.
No, I will. If someone's a heel, I will heel right back. Is my Brandon Hanna is a big fan of that. But thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. I think I have. Maybe I'll have one more, 2 more. Maybe
One more?
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna tell you what. Alex was onto something. Now I want a White Russian.
Why didn't my series?
Dude, that's our signature
You know what I
drink
mean?
for the
The
night.
minute you
That's the
see
drink.
a White Russian,
A White Russian? A White Russian?
A White
That's what he
Russian.
called it.
I did
A
it.
White
Just so
Russian.
I did it in
Russian.
honor of my wife being in Russia and then being delayed.
That's the way to celebrate your wife with alcoholism. Good work. I'm sure she'd be happy to know that.
I'm not drinking White Russian.
But I'm just saying, the minute you see a White Russian, you just want one. It's one of those.
That's
kinds
true.
of drinks.
I've
very
never had
They're
one.
good.
I've never had one, and
Oh,
now
they're
I'm
so
like,
good.
I'm sold. I'm sold.
Why does
on
it
these
like
Russians.
taste like chocolate milk? There's no chocolate in
It
it.
tastes like chocolate
Dan,
milk.
did you hear
Molly.
Dan and Mara? Did you hear the joke in Catwoman? Were you listening?
No.
No.
She goes up to the bartender and says, "I'd like a White Russian. Hold the Kahlua, hold the vodka." So she's just ordering milk.
Milk.
She's a cat.
Meow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Is that a Tim Burton joke? Which one is that?
That's the
No, that's
Catwoman
the
movie.
Pitoff Catwoman.
Oh. Molly, I was going to tell you what you should do is pour that over a bowl of Captain Crunch, a White Russian. Ooh, the
Ooh.
breakfast of
Ooh.
champions.
That's pretty.
That's
This definitely.
tempting.
This sounds like high hungover Kaiser is someone who would pour this
Listen,
over.
man.
That just sounds like a really good idea to
A
me.
White Russian and Captain Crunch, you bet your ass.
Hold
a
on,
good
Kaiser.
idea.
Kaiser, I do want to appreciate that. I feel like over this past
Cause you
season,
mean
have-
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, not Captain Crunch.
I could try that, but I'm more of a
I
Captain,
like Captain
Crunch,
Crunch.
guy.
I recently had some.
I'll
You
try
can
both.
take that cinnamon toast shit. I get down with the Captain
That
Crunch. Go
reminds-
ahead. I'm sorry.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is literally like, aside from that one when they used to have chocolate chip cookies as a cereal.
Cookie
Cookie
Crisp.
Crisp.
Cookie
Cookie
Crisp.
Crisp.
You ever hear
Sorry.
Seinfeld talk about it? He's like, they just put cookies in your cereal. It's just cookies.
What
But,
It's just cookies.
but
So
I think
gross.
that the former is very high in sugar too. It's like it's really delicious.
They're all high in
Cinnamon
sugar.
Toast Crunch.
Mhm.
You guys ever had a Cinnamon Toast Crunch shot? It's
No.
Yes.
Somali knows what I'm talking about. They're delicious. It's a shot of Kahlua, or you can do half a shot of Kahlua and half a shot of Fireball, or like a
Yeah,
cinnamon
no.
whiskey, and it is wonderful. Mwah.
I have both of those.
Delicious.
I would
Give it a
actually
shot.
try that. I would actually. I don't do
It's
shots.
very
I would
good.
try that shot.
It's
Do a
ve-
shot
it's
on the
ve-
air for
It
doesn't
me.
taste like
Do
a
a shot
shot.
on the air for me,
Al,
Jill.
what is it? Half a shot of so it's half Kahlua, half
half and
Fireball?
half Kahlua and Fireball. Yep.
I remember
Here
there
we
was a
go.
shot I used to make in college.
Pour the
called,
Fireball first.
It was called a chocolate mousse cake, and it was basically 3/4 frangelica, and then you topped it off with
Gesundheit.
vodka, 3/4 vodka, and then you topped it off with frangelica, and for some reason it made the shot taste like chocolate.
What
So
is
check this
Frangelica?
out.
I don't know what that is.
Hold on.
I don't
Hold on.
either.
It's a nut flavored liqueur. Stand by and you'll get
Okay.
educated. When I was a bartender at the Crown Plaza Hotel, I used to make the Shamrock Shake shot, which was fucking phenomenal. So it's very much a White Russian-esque mixture. So I would take Godiva white chocolate liqueur instead of milk. I take the green creme de menthe. I take a little frangelico, so you get a little burst of nut in there, and then
You can't say burst a nut.
Did you just say
a
busted
little,
nut in
it's a
there?
little roasted
You
nut in
can't.
there.
I was
gotta
like, am
look
I
that
going to be
up.
the only one to giggle at that?
A little roasted
You're
nut.
gonna bust a
little-
nut in your drinks? You
and
must have been a real
then-
popular bartender.
I would take orange vodka, just for a little tin of citrus, right? Because you don't want the mint to be too overpowering. Bro, it was the greatest thing in the world, and it looked like a Shamrock Shake. It was the best shot. I used to have all kinds of because a lot of pilots stayed there. They'd be doing a lot of shots of those. I mean, not before they were flying, but the night before. So
I'm
yes, I
pretty
used
sure in March our signature drink in March was that we just turned it into a drink instead of a shot. I think Sean Sullivan made it a drink.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
I think we all just completely glossed over the fact that Kaiser said he was getting pilots drunk the night before they fly.
I mean, it was
There's
a
amazing-
very transient. It was a very transient hotel for flight crews. So I'd get the
There's a-
JetBlue.
There's a
the
great
Del-
what's
I'm telling
the-
you what. I still get buddy passes from these people. That's how much I was hooking them up in this drink. They're still giving.
Whose
me.
line is it anyway? Had a wonderful bit, which is like jobs you shouldn't do drunk. And one of the guys it was the scenes from Hat. I think it was Colin Mocker. He goes,
I think it was Ryan.
oh, it was Ryan. It was Ryan. He goes, this is your captain speaking. There's who else? There was one that said, "Where's this boy we're gonna circumcise?" Like, there's just so many like hilarious ones.
All right, so
Give it a shot.
There it is.
Wow, here we go.
here we go.
So what is it half of? It's half.
It is
Kahlua?
half Kahlua, half Fireball.
Holy
God.
Christ! Are you trying to
It's
die
wonderful.
tonight?
It's wonderful.
I also got my COVID.
They call that a
booster
George
today.
Bailey because you're trying to kill
I
yourself.
never drink, and this wine has already got me buzzed.
You got your booster
That was a
shot,
great
Joe.
joke,
So
Kaiser.
your
Thank
5G is up. You're
My
you're looking
5G's
fine.
up. I'm solid.
We
I'm
got
basically
clear
a superhero. at this
connection.
point.
Nothing
Yeah.
can hurt you.
It smells good.
Do it.
She's magnetic too.
Oh my God! An angel's gonna get his wings tonight, trying to save your fucking life.
Isn't it delicious?
I
It's
doubled
so
down
good.
on that joke, Parker. Which
I know,
wasn't
it was
as-
incredible.
It wasn't
the
as
first-
funny.
I like that.
the
No, I
first-
liked it. It's a George Bailey because you look like you're gonna kill you. That was great,
That's solid.
isn't it?
Ooh.
Damn
The
good.
joke. Thank you.
Delicious.
Ooh, because usually I can't do stuff like ooh. Thank
The
you.
gift that keeps on giving. You're welcome.
Of course you would know the best
I
shots. to
did
do
a
it.
shot.
I also like
uh,
give people bad ideas for shots too. So
Oh,
it's,
that-
it's,
yeah,
I give and I
that's-
take.
that's just how
I had
we
a
roll.
3 wise men shot on my birthday,
Oh,
21st
What is that?
birthday,
That's disgusting.
and it was a rite of passage. Like, and
Oof.
you
What-
just,
I don't know what that is either.
What is?
Is that
explain
like
to the
Johnny
class.
Walker? And
John,
to
Jim,
it?
Jack.
John,
Yeah.
3 wise men.
Oh.
Johnny Walker, Jim Bean, and Jack,
In
Ugh.
Jack Daniels.
all in this triple shot.
I'm getting
No.
sick
All in
thinking
one?
about it.
Oh,
I'm
It's
not.
not like
allowed
one
to
shot.
do
It's
it,
like
right?
it's more like a double shot. It's like in the
Oh.
wider
No.
thing, and
No.
you just power
No.
through it. And I remember on my 21st birthday, I was pretty wasted, but like that
21st.
just put me over the top. That was at a bar called PB Bar and Grill in San Diego State. I'm sure Kaiser
My-
remembers that place.
My go-to shot is a green tea shot. I've given Kaiser one of these. You
That was
enjoyed it.
tasty.
It's
I loved
good.
it.
It's
No, it's
solid.
very good.
It's
You
like
did-
peach
I was shocked because I'm
schnapps.
like Dan. I'm not a shot guy, believe it or
Nice.
not.
I
I'm
I
a
tried to
beer
get Dan to
dude.
do shots a couple weeks ago, and he wouldn't go for it.
Listen, dude,
Come on,
I
Kaiser.
I
It's
was
gotta
a
be like
king.
one and done. I won't have more than 2.
Yeah.
The only thing
Yeah.
I'll shoot 3 things. Sambuca, number 1, I love.
Yep.
Chilled, shake it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do Maker's Mark or Crown Royal if I've got to do a
Okay.
real shot. If you
And then
try,
bald eagles.
don't give me no damn Jameson. I don't fuck with that garbage.
I was gonna say, did you ever
I
have
love
my
it.
infamous
Stuff me.
studio Jameson shots?
My-
You ever
Yeah,
had one
you
of
used to
those?
come in with a bottle of fucking Jameson.
I certainly
that-
did.
You were like Paulie from Rocky, a fucking wino off the street
People,
walking in.
so I literally could not go in the studio without Dagnino coming up to me, going, "Hey, did you bring the
Yeah.
Jameson?" Or like
Ooh.
even Ben would pull me aside
God.
during a match and go, "Did you bring the Jameson?" I'm like, "Is that like my job
Dude,
now? Am I just like the
this-
Jameson kid?"
This bar
Which-
downtown LA it's a restaurant too called Cole's. It's like the first. They say it's the first French dip sandwich ever.
Oh,
served worldwide.
that place is. They got the.
Have
the
you had
speakeasy in the back?
Felipe's?
It's-
Have you
yeah,
had
they have
Felipe's?
a
Speakeasy in the back.
speakeasy in the back
Yeah.
called Varnish.
I love Cole.
But
Still?
Still.
yeah, you go
you go
there.
through
though.
you go through a brown. It looks like
Because Sean
the
and
wall,
I, we
not
have,
a door. You go. It's like a fucking. It's like Wayne Manor. You go through or
Yeah.
Scooby Doo or something.
Because
It
sounds
sounds
like
there,
a task
there
in the
used to
mall.
be a speakeasy right by us, and it closed because of
Oh, yeah.
COVID. But that was like Sean and I's bar. So like we want to find another like speakeasy mixology.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Bless.
Sorry. They had a thing where you just go up there and you say, "I have a shot and a beer," and it was a shot of Jameson with a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
That's some
Oh,
yeah.
Sim City
that-
stuff. Shot in a brew, Shelly.
Yeah, and
That's
that,
what
that
all the
literally
bars that
starts
we
your
go
night.
to serve. It's
I
like
used
a
to
shot
love
and a
shots.
beer.
I love Pabst Blue. I'll drink the shit out of that. People want to talk.
Oh,
smack.
no.
That's a good beer.
PBR is delicious, especially if it's
I
on
agree.
draft and really cold.
Fuck
Yeah, it needs
yes.
to be cold.
I'll drink PBR
Yes.
all day long. That's good.
Give me
beer.
that and a pile of chicken wings.
Oh yeah.
my favorite
so-
meal.
Well
really
done.
quick-
I can have that.
Nuts.
Post,
Well done.
Post cancer,
Crispy.
post digestive system overhaul or whatever. I can have chicken wings.
Yeah.
We'll get
nice.
some. Real
We
quick,
had a
we
few
did get
pounds of sushi last week, didn't we, Smetsy? We
Where
had
was
about-
I'm
I?
still
Did you
full.
go? Did you guys go to that one place we went to?
We ate an entire whale off. They brought us here on the dock, and we brought our own machetes and just carved the son of a bitch
Yeah.
up on the pier.
Can we go back? Can we go back to the one we went to?
Yeah,
Like that
same
really
one.
good one.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
We're
so
in.
good.
I'm sorry. You
so-
were getting. Someone gave you money.
Yes. Someone gave us a Streamlab, which, by the way, guys, every Streamlab and Super Chat is donated to Ben Bateman's GoFundMe for his surgery.
Pay it forward because he did that, a year ago.
Pay it forward. So this is from the one and only, the FCL Star Wars champion, Mr. Brennan Marr. I don't
Brendan
drink.
Meyer? He does Star Wars
Brennan Marr.
Kaiser.
Fucking piece of...
Can Brendan Marr play Brendan Meyer though? Because that would be a great.
That
match.
would be solid.
Can I manage both of them? That'd be even more trippy. I'll change my hat.
Kaiser, we know what happened last time you wore a costume. Let's calm down a little bit.
All right, it's funny. That's
Can I say?
I understood that reference.
Can I read
that's
the
nice,
thing?
Parker. I love
me read
you,
the
Parker.
thing.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Jesus Christ. I don't drink, but I'd love a white Wussian, as we've been calling it today.
Oh yeah.
Much love to all y'alls, and yes, even Kaiser.
Oh. Brendan Meyer.
It's Brennan Marr, but sure.
Yeah, having the White Russian was a way of having the wife and kid here. So
Buy that man a George Bailey.
Buy that man a drink. But it's
Christmas movie house.
I love that all of you guys are here. This makes me so happy. Is that we have this little
dude,
fancy
it's total bonus
dungeon reunion for our
Mara,
happy hour.
Is that my pal on your lap, Mara? Is that my friend?
Yeah, it is.
I couldn't tell. Oh, I miss him.
Is that Sir Pounce?
Tell
we were downstairs. So we have been resuming the tradition of doing a Zoom call with Robbie while we all watch the Netflix show The Mole, hosted by Anderson Cooper from the early 2000s.
Robbie,
Wait,
sorry, go ahead.
So
we were downstairs, and he was curled up, and I went upstairs, and he promptly curled again. So
is this the game show, The Mole?
The reality show. So
yes,
it sure is.
Robbie was here. He was here for July 4th.
And then in October, though.
And this, you're right. This is October. He was here a few weeks ago. Time flies. And it was like 3 a.m. It was very late, and I was like,
we were on Mara time.
Because we were on Mara time, and I was going through Netflix, and I saw they had
Mara,
The Mole.
do you go to bed at 10 like I do?
I go to bed at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. sometimes. It just depends. If he's working, then we stay up to the.
And that's why you're the greatest to train with, Mara.
And why
up till 5 a.m.
When I have restless leg syndrome from my and nerve damage from my chemo, I sometimes don't fall asleep till 5 too, and then I have to wake up 2 hours later, 3 hours later.
Yeah.
It's rough. I've tried to
do that part.
We just try to get meds locked down for that, and you can't really. There's not really. It's crazy.
Did they make Dan, Mara? Did they make more? Because I saw the first season of The Mole. It was just the one.
There's 2 seasons.
There's 2 seasons that are on Netflix right now, and there's other moles floating around. But it was I noticed it was on Netflix, and so I was like, oh, this is funny because Anderson Cooper hosted this, and I'm going to show you this because you'll see. Anderson Cooper 20 years ago before news, he hosted this reality show.
Did he have white hair like Steve?
Yeah, Mara was in the shower, and so we started. I turned it on. I was like, I thought we just watched it for 5 minutes.
Watched
and then
episode 1. Yeah.
Robert got immediately hooked, and Mara came up. She's like, "What are you guys watching?" And then she got hooked, and now we're watching The Mole.
We're on season 2 now. We're halfway through.
Oh my god! Wow. I didn't know they made a season 2.
They did. And Celebrity Mole. 2 seasons of Celebrity Mole.
Celebrity Mole.
But only the regular moles on Netflix right now. We're working to track down Celebrity Mole.
You gotta latch on to something when you're training too, because to break. I remember I did that a year or 2 years ago, leading up to Spectacular, and I was watching The Office. It was just easy to rewatch all the episodes and So 22 minutes, and so kind of
you need
yourself.
a palate cleanser in between study movies. Yeah,
absolutely.
Twin Peaks, best.
Twin Peaks. What's everyone's go-to TV series?
Parks and Rec.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's mine.
Is it? Of course it is.
For you, I'd say it's either Psych or you rotate.
Yeah, I mean,
Closer,
I revisit Parks and Rec the most, but yeah, I love.
Oh, hell yeah! It's like The Simpsons came to life.
For me, it's I'd always go through Cheers and Frasier, and I would bounce back episodes. I would pretend that Frasier still lived in Boston, and so I would intercut it, even though it makes no sense story-wise. But it was because both shows are equally awesome.
I'm also
mine's basic, but it's The Office.
The Office. Office is good.
Well, The Office helped me. Yeah.
Parker, Robert.
How I Met Your Mother. I watched that show.
Just don't watch the last season.
No, I love it. I'll defend it. We're not gonna have that argument right now, but
we'll argue about it at the house next
sure,
month.
yeah,
we'll
that's
argue
fine.
about it.
That's totally fine.
You know what my
I
go-to?
love even the last season. I watched that show start to finish every single year, once a year.
Check this out, Merle.
That's cool.
You're gonna love this one.
I did that
in
recently. I did rewatch
college.
recently.
In college, before time began, I used to have two things on VHS box set. I had Taxi and The Honeymooners.
Wow.
And I used to put that shit on every night. I think
Taxi's
I
a
had The
good
Honeymooners
one.
on DVD. Yes,
Taxi's
that was
solid.
my go-to before, Disney TV, whatever the fuck.
When I was
Disney
recovering from
TV?
surgery,
Whatever it's called.
and I did. I was like, you know what? I never properly watched all of The Big Bang Theory, and I literally watched
I can't.
Big Bang
I
Theory
can't.
Why?
for
Why
like
would you do that?
for a month.
Did someone have a gun to your head?
I can't
Suffering-
do it.
Suffering through freaking surgery and pain meds, and it's like, just throw it on.
I wish
Throw
you
it
would've
just
called
pile it
me.
on.
I can't
wish
do
you would've
Big
called
Bang
me.
Theory.
All my friends hate it.
I can't.
All my friends hate it. But I was
Because
like,
here's my
My
thing
mom
with Big
loves
Bang
it.
Theory. My thing correct me if I'm wrong. Here's my hypothesis with Big Bang Theory is the people who are legit into the things that Big Bang Theory are into, like Comic-Con and Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff, hate Big Bang Theory.
yeah,
Yeah.
even engineers.
My esteemed former coworker Spencer J. Gilbert referred to it as nerd face.
Well, also,
Yeah,
It's-
nerd face.
I can't.
That's
Like-
funny, by the way.
Like I can't.
It will
as
now
an
forever
engineer,
be
it just
nerd
felt
face.
like it came from such a not genuine place.
No.
of how to
Yeah.
portray
It's not
people in
authentic.
those
No,
fields.
it's literally the stereotype
Mhm.
of nerddom, and that's because I play Dungeons and Dragons, I play all that stuff, and so for
They had a
me,
character that could not
You,
speak to women.
Jillian, you might
unless
have a
drank alcohol.
lawsuit on your hands. You
Yeah.
might want to
I
sue
should.
Chuck. What's his
I
name?
should
For making that
I
piece
should
of shit.
sue them. Be
Fuck
like,
Russell,
you
yeah.
piece of shit.
You,
Especially with the laugh
Janine,
track on there too.
all the
It's
Comic Con
fucking-
nerds who like to dress up.
But like,
You-
I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, I feel like that anybody who was into that kind of stuff did not like Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
That-
no.
yeah.
I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
like
Joke
it.
seemed a
I
little
didn't really like it.
heavy-handed.
I liked the first season because it was like, oh, it's a show that's like talks about stuff that I like, but you could just tell as the seasons went on. But I literally was like, I needed a show where it was like a teleplay because like
Yeah,
I'm suffering. So it's like if I shut my eyes and all they're doing, it's not an action oriented show. It was literally like you could just listen to it, So
So,
Yeah.
Smets, I want to
My-
start with you and ask you this question. Did
Go
you
for it.
have a fall asleep, chill out movie where if it was 4 a.m, you're like, I'm going to put this movie on because I know it's going to put me in my zen. I'll start with you and then I'll work my way around the room.
are you hosting? Are you hosting?
I have a
He is now.
spot. It's called Kaiser's Spot.
It's called Kaiser's.
I don't really have a movie, but I will say this.
What would be that movie? Your chill out, fall asleep movie.
I throw it on. I throw it on YouTube sometimes. For some reason, there's an 8-hour audio file of the D-Day invasion.
That
Radio
ain't a
reports.
movie. That's a documentary. That's Ken
No,
Burns.
it's not even
I
a
mean-
documentary. It's literally the radio recorded on the
wow.
the second
You
D-Day
fall
started.
asleep to the D-Day invasion?
Yeah, because it's like it's all like statically. It's like, hey, come on, sir. Looks like the Normandy invasion's underway, and then they'll have interviews, and then they'll go to like a big band.
Why wouldn't you
plane.
just put on Dunkirk at that point?
like
Because that'll keep me up. I need to go to sleep. Shut my eyes. I don't want to pay attention.
Quicker.
I fucking
You're
Because
hearing
everyone
these like
wants to
static
watch
voices.
That's a
Why
good
don't you
choice.
try
So,
Dunkirk?
was
Christopher
insincere.
Nolan's
Unless
best
he
movie.
learned
I will
English.
not be judged.
If he put on Dunkirk, his brain would be all out of whack when he woke up because it's all out of order and
Yeah, but if you've
you
seen
want
it 3
something
times,
linear.
Dan, it's all in order. But
That's not
anyways,
true.
Maverick, what's your go to sleep?
But it's this
movie,
audio
your chill
file,
out
and it
movie?
literally is when Germany wouldn't report
All right, so
back.
you dodged
or
the question. You're
Britain-
listening to the correspondence of fucking soldiers from the front line. I get
This
it.
is the radio feed.
You can think about a movie you will come back to you. Think of a movie you want to be your fall asleep movie. We're going to the Maverick next. What's your fall asleep movie? Your chill, happy place, bedroom. I'm hungover. I'm drunk. I'm gonna sit
I
in
don't
bed.
put movies to sleep.
Oh,
I
We'll
don't.
find
Yeah,
out-
I
we'll
don't
find
really
out
put
tonight.
movies on, but if I had to choose one, I might say like 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Ooh, that's
Ah, so
Nice.
good.
I
Like
will
a-
say I
like
used to watch
any of-
Rounders a lot.
there
Any
you
of
go.
Judd
There you
Apatow's
go.
movies, I could just put on
Judd
and feel
Apatow.
comfortable.
Rounders
Rounders
is
I
a
used to
great
watch
fall asleep
religiously after
movie.
every breakup, and I have no reason.
Yeah.
It's because I had a breakup once, and then I watched Rounders the next day, and for some reason
I
it
know
killed me.
exactly why that is, though. Well,
Well, they have a breakup scene in it. Spoiler.
Right.
And
They
then
break up
they
in
go
that
to
movie, and he goes out and pursues better things for his life.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. I just thought of it like.
But it could have been. Parker could be right. That could be deep subconscious shit. It's basically your comfort movie, is what I'm asking. You said Rounders. Mav said 40-Year-Old Virgin, these are two perfect fucking answers. I love both films. Jillian, welcome to Kaiser's Corner. What is your Kaiser's Comfort Corner? What's your comfort movie?
So I can't fall asleep to movies personally, because no matter even if I've seen it 50 times, I can't fall asleep to it. So mine is a TV show. Is that allowed?
Pick a movie, for Christ's sake.
Why? She can't sleep to a movie.
We'll come back to you.
Kaiser, I literally can't.
We'll come back to you. We're moving on to the. We're moving on. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, but like real talk.
Jill, you'll find your comfort movie tonight. That's what this is about for you.
Is this an intervention? What the fuck?
Might be.
Yeah. So real talk. The thing I fall asleep to every night is Chopped from Food Network. But if I were to pick a movie to fall asleep to, because this is my comfort movie and it makes me happy, this would not shock anybody, and it would be Tangled. I literally have a Tangled shelf right here.
Wow. I've never seen the Tangled.
What the fuck, Kaiser?
I know, man. I have the same
Neither have I.
What is happening? Guys. Okay, you guys are going to come over.
I have seen R.I.P.D. 50 times.
Well, that's a shame.
That's not here nor there.
Y'all are going to come over. I have an open bar at my house. We will party. We will drink. And we'll watch Tangled.
I'm not doing that, but I'll come over. But I won't watch that shit. I'm going into Champ and Champ's room. Champ and Champ, I want your comfort films.
Does anyone not have an open bar at their house? Should we have been charging this whole time?
I got an open bar. Anytime you guys come to
Do you
town.
guys also have an open bar? Like,
wait, Dan, when have you and Mara not come here and it's not been an open bar?
That's true.
Oh yeah, no. I love that I get a very nice selection of edibles every time I go to Kaiser's. Only the finest quality.
I got you covered.
Highest concentration.
He is so giving with that too. Like during my cancer treatment, they say that helps. And every time I saw him, he's like, "Here, I got you another can." Just every time. Like what a freaking awesome guy he is.
Really quick. I'm gonna pause for 1 second.
We were gonna ask Champ and Champ what their
comfort movies were. We'll come back to the two lovely champs really quick. But there is somebody in our waiting room right now, and we cannot have a dungeon reunion without the fan favorite. Adam Witt.
Well, hell's bells.
What's up, gang? Sorry to throw off the symmetry of the thing here. We need 2 more people, I guess, now, right?
It's fine. No, you're there. We go.
Now we're sent live.
Yeah. Now that the Razor's here, this shit turned into the Outsiders. We're ready for a gang fight somewhere. And Diane Lane is definitely going to be there.
But yes, the champions, Mr. Dan Merle and Mark Knoppick.
We'll come back to the great Adam Witt in a moment. But
Adam Witt will come.
I'd rather talk about them as well. I just wanted to barge in on your good time.
Hey, Dan Merle is the first runner-up in the championship.
Don't you want to know what Dan Merle's comfort movie is, for Christ's sake?
Oh, I do.
I want to know.
I do.
Well, no, I used to.
It's
the only
Jaws.
time I don't put. I mean, it would be Jaws but I don't really put the TV on anymore to fall asleep. When I was younger, it used to be Nick at Night, including Taxi. I would put on Nick at Night and fall asleep to like Happy Days, Taxi, whatever. I don't do that so much anymore.
Yeah. But if you had to, Dan, you're a little hungover, you're laying in bed, and you can put on one movie. Or
I'm putting on Jaws 2.
All right.
Jaws
What about
2?
you, Mara?
It's cozier.
Yeah. When I was a little kid, even in the single digits, mind you, my fall asleep movie was The Silence of the Lambs.
I believe that.
What a legend!
That track.
Yes.
But
Amazing.
I also, as an adult, I love falling asleep, especially after my surgery. I put on Gods of Egypt about 35 different times.
Never
Awesome.
And then also, I like to listen to the playlist from Screen Rant of the pitch meeting guy, Ryan George. I love to just listen to that in an earbud while I'm trying to sleep, because I can like wake up and be like, oh, he made a joke about the Hobbit, and then just go back to sleep.
I remember when I recently texted you, Dan. The last text to you was about that channel that Will Wheaton talked about on a podcast, and Someone else told me about it. It's like classic oldies from like the 30s and 20s.
Oh yeah, that Pluto
being
TV
played in another room.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if one will. Usually one pops up. Of course, now
I'm going to go next, and I'm going to pass the hot potato to Mr. Adam Whip. But I've got
Hot
two.
potatoes are tight.
I'm going to make this easy. Y'all made it all like, well, I don't watch TV. Everyone pretended like they don't watch movies or some bullshit. I got two. It depends on my mood.
Hold on, really quick, while it's still in my mind. Mara, what is the one thing from the pitch meeting? What a
Super
convenience.
easy, barely an inconvenience.
Super easy. Thank you. I'm like super easy, barely an inconvenience.
So you got a new Star Wars movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. Those are. If you guys have never seen the,
I've never seen this.
Dude, Adam, you would love
Adam,
it.
you would love that.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Is it better than RoboCop shooting people in the dick? I doubt it.
No.
I'm gonna need you to get all the way off my back.
Off my back about that.
Yeah, she got me hooked
Is that
on him.
Pinocchio? Is that
no.
Pinocchio?
So they animate these. They animate these things. It's called Dreamscapes. I'm trying to show you that. Nemo's Dreamscapes, and it's just a loop animation. Tons of them, right? Of different old cartoons. And if you hear it,
that is Cleo from Pinocchio, though.
it's like old. It's like old music that like Captain America was listening to.
Miss Cleo reference.
And then they add rain in the background, but it's all like muffled.
His name is Cleo.
See, the thing, Kaiser, at night, you don't want to latch on to words because that keeps you up. So it's like you want stuff that's like, so all the songs, you can't really hear the words. They muffle it enough so it sounds like your grandparents in the next room are listening to it.
All right, anyways, my two movies.
Yes, do tell.
It depends on the mood I'm in. Depends on how much I've drank, how tired I am.
2 months I got you.
What's on my mind? I got two movies.
Can we guess?
Number one, if you'd like to, Smash, I'll let you guess one. You're gonna get it wrong, but go for it.
The Sandlot.
Parker, 100%. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is one of those movies.
I know.
You want to guess the second one, Smets?
Godfather.
Nope.
Hot
It's
Rock.
Big Lebowski. It's Big Lebowski.
This is why we're
more of a
tweeting
fucking goofy, absurd mindset. It's what the fuck with the sirens? Hold on.
Is that you?
God,
Are they
they're gonna
coming
hit
after
you.
you?
Hide.
Coming for you,
Kaiser,
man.
did you see what our signature drink is for tonight?
It's the what is it called, Parker?
The White
The
Russian.
right Russian.
No,
White
it's the other one, the
Russian.
George Bailey. Someone's
The
drinking
George Bailey, yeah.
because they want to die. Wait, you missed that bit. But those are my two. It's definitely Butch Cassidy is the greatest movie of all time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then Lebowski. Wait, what is your comfort movie? Your go to sleep? I want to lay in bed for 2 hours and watch a movie. And if you say Empire Strikes Back, I'm not going to accept that.
No.
It is what it is.
You got to pay too much attention to Star Wars movies. Like I have background movies and foreground movies, and I have many times said, I'll just put Star Wars on in the background. Doesn't work.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I gotta sit down. I gotta pay attention to everything. I just adore every single minute of that franchise.
That's why I think Jaws too.
Let's just do Jaws. I know. As a standalone film.
Movie for me would be
I
Tremors.
think Jaws
used to
too,
watch
because
Tremors all
otherwise,
the time.
Ooh,
Clint
Tremors
starts
is a good
doing the
one.
orc-
That's a
the
PJ Campbell
Indianapolis,
thing.
and I'm gonna wake up and sit up in bed and watch it.
Well, and Jaws 2 is wonderfully disposable, yet endearing because it's still a Jaws movie. I think that's great.
Scheider, yeah.
Yeah, I have been going to bed to Pluto recently. I do love. There's a Bob Ross channel. There's a Three's Company channel.
Dude, we watched. So last night we were gonna go to
Three's
bed
Company's
like
a good
early,
show.
and then we ended
What's the
up
movie
cuddling
with?
on the couch
Okay,
watching the
let me think.
fucking Bob Ross channel.
Yeah, you did.
Bob Ross channel is fucking legit. It's a great
Yeah.
channel.
I want your movie, Wit. Your comfort movie.
I
I've got
demand that you go to
No,
sleep
no,
to movies from
you
now
ready
on.
Hold on, Wit. Here's the
Yes.
situation. You got the flu. You just ate a big bowl of chicken soup, and you got to lay down for 2 hours and a half. What's the film you put on?
Probably Batman '89. There's something.
Yeah.
Talk about a comfort movie. I don't think I've ever gone to sleep to that one. I have gone to sleep to Batman Forever, which is the Jaws 2 to Jaws 1 of the series there, I think.
Remember that guy in the beginning? He looks like Bruce Willis, and everybody as kids we used to think it was Bruce Willis. The Who Are You? That guy.
Oh, right.
Don't leave home without it. Mara was giving me hard Batman '89 questions the other day. We were driving to a screening, and she said, "Okay, here's one. What's the name of the cop who tips off Knox to Batman getting the guy on the rooftop?" And I was like, "Oh, Dwayne."
Nope.
And she was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, thanks, Dwayne." And she was like, "How do you know that?" I'm like, "Because I've seen that movie 500 times, and it's like in my DNA." But there's other things I didn't know, like
I got
Mayor
one
George,
for you
because
then.
it's not quite in there.
course you have one.
What actor is looking at the map at the beginning of it trying to find the taxi? Look like
I
tourists.
know that he's the actor who plays Biggs.
Yeah.
But I don't know his name.
I didn't know that for years. It blew my mind.
Derek Hagan.
Derek Hagan.
Yeah.
And which makes three Star Wars pilots in that movie.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because Perkins is in it.
William Hookins
and Biggs and
Billy D. Williams.
Can I just give a shout out to
I know, but it's still
shout out to Cammy who put Blues Brothers in 48 hours. That's night 2 for me. After I get through the first two, those two are good.
I'm such a Star Wars geek. You said shout out to Cammy. I was like, you know the name of the girl that was cut from Star Wars?
I do appreciate.
Along with Biggs.
Can I just say that I do appreciate that Kaiser has been able to learn and pronounce Star Wars names throughout the season. So
do it, Dan. Do it. Do your voice.
Kaiser, this is an admiration, by the way, because you go out of your comfort zone. But this is this is like February, March.
Caricature.
This is more February, March Kaiser.
That's how I
when you're putting everyone through their paces.
So awesome doing that.
Okay. And this is also when you were in Hawaii and you had to be quiet so that you could disturb everybody.
It's funny though, because you would talk at a regular volume and then you'd ask the question.
So the question is, okay.
Okay, phenomenal. Because I was out on my balcony and I didn't want to wake people up.
But you were talking at a regular volume until you asked a question.
In what Star Wars movie does Padme Amidala go to the planet of Coruscant? It was amazing. It was the best. Okay.
That's amazing.
And the Warriors.
I was saying, Kaiser, I didn't give up what movies you're seeing, but when you told me you were watching some movies for Parker, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna dive into this trilogy this weekend. Start shooting messages over to Parker. It's just so funny. I'm like, that is a
He'll text me in the middle of the day. Who said it? And then like a paragraph long quote.
Completely typed out from the movie.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Guys, my movie. Thanks for asking. My comfort.
Hey, Parker.
Parker, you got one?
What's your comfort movie besides Red Sonja? We know.
Besides Red Sonja, probably Requiem for a Dream.
That's not real.
I was about to say I was all broken inside.
So we want Kalinowski to think that. So
I almost said Salo as my bit. I just said Requiem for a Dream instead.
Wait, hold on.
That's a good joke.
I'm taking notes. Continue.
Parker, that's a good joke to only certain people, Parker. I thank you.
Parker,
it's so funny.
Real or no?
No,
I remember.
Wait, I want to hear Parker's comfort movie.
Yeah, he did.
Determined.
It's probably Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Like if I am sick or hungover and just need to like sit down and fucking watch something while not really like drifting off, like
that would be Order of the Phoenix for me. I love that one.
Harry, did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Midnight Run. I like that one.
Right.
Which of these is not a Harry Potter movie?
All right,
I
Dan,
could put on the Lord of the
I have
Rings
a question.
movie.
Can Dan just do one more question?
Lord of the Rings is a good comfort.
No, I have a Batman 89 question for him.
The first Hobbit movie's real good comfort.
Can we let Dan do one more question?
Actually, all of them.
In Balcony Hawaii Kaiser
Balcony
voice.
Kaiser.
Like that would be my action figure. Where it'd be Balcony Kaiser.
Balcony Kaiser. He comes a
Your
little
action figure.
Got a towel around his waist. Where he ain't wearing pants.
Okay. For 10 points.
10 points is one of my quotes.
What spell does Hermione in what movie does Hermione use the spell oculo repairs?
I'm literally in tears right now.
Who's the guy?
Glasses.
More questions that start with "Who's the guy?"
I think we want to see a regular series where Merle does ask questions. You know what's great is
make that a weekly
the
twist.
comedy timing of how he does that joke is hysterical.
accurate.
When he's not talking is the funniest part.
Who's the guy that shoots Han Solo?
That
Anyway.
is fucking hysterical, Dan.
Robbie, you had a question for Dan. What is it?
Yes, I have a Batman 89 question for you.
Ooh.
I want to do one that's not like impossible. Not let's see.
Oh, come on.
What's
he
the
might
name?
know it.
He probably will.
He
We'll
could
see
probably
what
go
he is.
impossible.
It's like
Somebody
when
knows.
Star Trek First Contact.
For
there are no
10
impossible
points.
questions.
10
Okay.
points.
Okay, Danny
Who's
boy.
the guy?
All right.
Who's the guy?
Who's the
That's how
guy?
every question starts.
I can do it that
Who's
way.
the guy?
Who's the
Or
answer
who's
to
the
the
broad?
alien?
Wait, who's the guy?
the broad?
Or who's the broad? That's how every question
That
starts.
plays Catwoman.
All right. Who's the guy who is the criminal that's killed by Joker and his mimes?
Joker in his minds?
Mimes.
His name is Vinny. Vinny,
Yep.
it's your Uncle Bingo. Time to
Oh, right.
And he kills him with the pen. Vinny.
Yep. That's right. Vinny
What's his last
Corso.
name?
Nice job.
It's like a mobster kind of
Corso.
name.
You nerds.
Who's the guy that he fries with the hand buzzer?
He calls him Tony. Well, Tony Anthony.
Yeah,
they
Tony
never say his
Ratelli.
last name in the
Ratelli,
movie.
yeah. You're a
Yeah,
vicious bastard, Ratelli, and I'm glad you're
Ratelli.
dead.
He does
Yeah,
say
that's
his
the
last
one.
name, yeah, and
He
I'm
does
glad
say
you're
his last-
dead.
You're right.
You're a
Yeah.
vicious
All right,
bastard,
all
Ratelli.
right.
All right, now if we're going impossible, one more, and
Go
then
for a guy.
Fuck,
I'll
that's
I'm sorry,
Can,
Joe.
can we make Dan answer in the Watto voice? I saw that in the chat.
Yes. Please
Right.
answer in the
In
water.
Batman 89, Action News first reports on Smilex because of the deaths of 2 models. What were their names?
I know him.
Their name was. Let's see. I always get mixed up here because I want to say Ruby, but I believe her name is Candy Walker and Amanda Keeler.
Nice.
Nice job.
They opened up that newscast with how many new deaths?
Oh god, that's funny.
It's a number question. Classic.
Not
It is.
enough.
6 new deaths.
Correct.
I
That's
also
so
think-
stupid. We know this, but I love you all because we all know this.
All right, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
yeah.
When do
before
we
go-
give Molly and Jillian their show back, guys?
Right.
To take over.
This is. I mean, we
Dungeon
knew this.
takeover.
We knew this was going to happen. This is what a dungeon takeover is. But we are about to. It's that time when it comes to a bar where it is definitely the last call.
Oh.
So we are going to be doing our last.
Time.
This has flown by the way. I can't believe we've been
I-
on for an hour and 40
So
minutes.
good to
So-
see these faces.
I
I
know.
think you
so
forgot to change your clock. I disagree with your assessment of. What
I'm sorry. I know Molly's definitely on East Coast time, and she's like, it's bedtime tonight.
Molly's on the 16th White Russian.
But I know, right? I know. Alex is gonna bring her another one in like 2 minutes. But so let's start our last call questions. Our first question is from the current FCL Star Wars champion, Mr. Brennan Marr. He did
Brendan
submit
Meyer.
a video question. So
Brennan Marr.
Jake, can you please roll the tape? Thank you very much.
Hi, Smets. I just want to say, first off, you are a real inspiration to me, man. And the journey you've gone on has been a difficult one, I know. But you are an inspiration to so many people. And I'm so glad to see you well. And I pray God will bless you and your family. My question would be, what was a movie you saw when you were a kid that maybe you look back now and say, I probably was too young to have seen that movie? I'm thinking like a scary movie or something to that effect that disturbed you enough and you look back now and say, maybe I wasn't the right age to watch that. Thanks.
I love that question.
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I
better
love
than
the
my
Julian
question.
poster in the background too.
Oh yeah, I've edited all the promos for
posters
FCL,
are
and
incredible.
all of his start with a shot of his collections or posters
His
or whatever. It's
collection,
great.
his collection is
It's huge.
spectacular. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it's really nice. It completely
But-
surrounds him in that room. He just turned the camera
Yes.
around too.
But that's a solid question.
I feel like, man, I'm just so out of touch. When was T2 released? I think that was 10.
92.
91. So I was 12. No, I was probably like, I just remember my dad.
Way to let him think you don't know the answer, Smets. Keep going.
Nice. Subterfuge.
I was 12 at the time, and I remember that was a pretty gnarly movie because it was like rated R and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it rated R?
Yeah, that was gnarly. Like I saw it on
didn't
TV.
scare me or
not that
anything, but
age,
I just
never
remember.
too much. Yeah.
But here's the one, and I was older. I was old enough, but it was a lesson in cinema. So it's less about how early it was, and like that would be T2 would be my answer. It's the one thing that comes to mind. I'm like, yeah, maybe I was too young to see that, but my dad wanted to see it. But once my sister had to see, it was a Sunday night, and we were staying with my dad, and my sister had to see Schindler's List for her class, and I was young at the time. I was way young, like 3 years younger than her, so it's like, John, studied the Holocaust. So I just thought at that age, I was like, a movie's a movie. Like I want to go and I'll get popcorn and candy and stuff like that. So I wasn't too young for it. It made me really appreciate and really ponder what happened. But it's the first time where I saw a movie that like literally made me like not feel comfortable. Like it wasn't at the end of the day. It was like, oh, that wasn't what I expected. I thought I'd have popcorn and whatever it's going to be about. But that like really affected me. You know what I mean? And
that's a powerful movie.
Yeah. Really
That's a better story than mine, which is Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. But go ahead, everybody else.
Ironically enough, mine's Apocalypse Now. My dad was on the exercise bike, and I walked in. I'm like, "What are you watching?" And he's like, "You don't care, but you don't want to watch this. You don't care." And he used to have the volume cranked all the fucking way to like 12. I couldn't even hear the exercise bike behind him, and I just sat down. I'm like, "What is this?" I was like 11, dude. I'm like, I shouldn't be watching this shit right now.
Yeah, I think mine is Deer Hunter.
Wow.
I saw that super young. My dad was like, "Yeah, you're fine. It's fine."
That's a tough one. What with the Russian roulette and all?
Yeah.
Oh, one thing that's tripped me out as a kid, and you got to worry about these things now that I have a kid. What's the movie with Dabney Coleman about the Atari game? Chance had it as a 5, and I knew it.
That movie. Wait, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Wait.
Don't
Cloak
tell
and
me.
Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger.
Someone already said
Cloak
it.
and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah.
So, do you remember the girl with the 3 fingers?
Yeah.
That actress looked exactly like my grandmother. So, when I saw that at a way too young age, that and Something Wicked This Came, those were the 2 movies.
I love how Cloak and Dagger traumatized you.
It did because the old lady looked like my grandma, and I was literally afraid of her for weeks, thinking that I had to check her hand to make sure she had all 5 fingers.
Holy shit, dude. That is freaky. That would have fucked me up too, man.
She looked like my grandma, like exactly.
So we do have another video question from one of our patrons, Mr. Billy Pollaham.
Brandon Mara, you're a legend, dude. Congrats on everything.
How much money do I need to donate to have Dan ask another Kaiser balcony question? 20?
We'll do it when the stream's over, pal. We'll do it when the stream's over.
Jake, can you roll the video, please?
Hey y'all, it's your boy. So my question for Molly, Jill, and Kevin is, okay, first off, Kevin, thank you for all that you do in the community and for beating cancer. And my question is, what is the most epic way somebody has ever quit or been fired? Hope to see you in the chat, and if not, have a good happy hour.
Oh, wow. Good
question. That's a great question.
Sorry, Billy's an old school Screen Junkies guy, and I haven't seen him on video in a few years. And he was very, very young when he was calling into Screen Junkies. I'm like, Billy's a man.
He's a man. He's all grown up.
Yo, he looks like a young Sergeant Slaughter. Do you see that kid?
He does look like Sergeant Slaughter.
If he played like in the prequel.
Oh, that'd be a good impersonation to get. That
Y'all
Slaughter
need to come
voice.
into one of our Patreon chats because he's there all the time.
All right.
He's a man.
Little Sarge.
I've seen his name pop up.
He's a man.
He's good.
He's a man. You can act like a man.
Little Sarge.
So what is the craziest firing or quitting of someone that you've seen?
Or Kaiser, you can give her top 5.
I got 6.
Yeah, Kaiser has.
Kaiser can have my time because I don't have any.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last time I quit. No, when I quit college football is my favorite.
Dan's story is good.
What's Dan's story?
I was fired by Dan Harmon.
Oh wow!
Wow, it actually was not his call.
Yeah,
it was on a pilot, and he was like the showrunner, and I mean, listen, it wasn't. I could have done a better job, but also like I was fired because they thought that I wasn't having fun. It was a pilot for a show that was actually on VH1 called Acceptable TV, which was
were you writing
like,
it?
No, I was a PA on it, and it was literally like handing the keys over to the inmates to run the asylum. Like nobody knew what the hell they were doing. But yeah, he was asked to let me go, and I will say, like it was like the most eloquent. Like he took me on a journey. It was a complete story circle. Of course, it was Joseph Campbellian. I felt at the end like we'd shared an experience together. Like if you're gonna get fired by anybody,
right?
Sure.
I would recommend getting fired by Dan Harmon. I mean,
Hell
this was
yeah.
like in 2000.
You were probably smiling the
2005.
entire time, like, "Wow, this is cool."
Yeah, no, I was like,
fucking Dan Harmon.
I'm impressed with it. Yeah, exactly. It was very emotional, and we took a journey through time, and yeah, it was quite eloquent. So, as far as being fired goes, I would recommend. Dan Harmon could have a second career. He doesn't need one, but he could have a second career as like a George Clooney-esque traveling person who just goes around and fires people, because you walk out like feeling like you've been on a journey. It doesn't feel quite so bad. But yeah.
That guy needs a cameo for just that purpose.
Yeah.
Parker, talk about when you got fired from your paper route on Tuesday.
I wasn't kicking it up enough to my grandpa at the time. And he was a stern hand. I've never like really been fired. I was asked to quit one job. Because
you were asked
it was
to quit.
We're gonna need you to leave today.
So no, basically, yeah. So what happened was I was working at a
earlier than when you normally leave.
Well, because the thing is, if you resign, it's better on your resume than being fired.
Well, and it wasn't like I did anything wrong. So what happened was I was working at a movie theater. 100%. Legit. So there was like a corporate policy where people in relationships and siblings and family members can't work in positions of power over each other. And my sister was an assistant manager at the time at the same theater where I was an associate. And nobody like cared for the longest time, and then a couple people from like the regional corporate found out, and they were like, he should either move locations or he's got to leave. So I had like a couple months left of my senior year anyways, and I loved the job, but like I was asked to either leave locations or leave the company, and I just decided to leave the company.
Illegal.
No, not really. I mean, it's like it makes sense because they have access to payroll.
Only if they ask
you
for sex.
Right. Only if money or sex changes hands.
How does sex change hands?
You gotta put Brian Ward's.
Take your shirt off, Parker. No.
Brian Ward's is great. Yeah, I once got fired because I quit, and a few weeks later tricked them into running me, and when I showed up the first day, they fired me.
Wait, you? That's who he hired? That's when you do everything too digital. That's the thing. He show up and he sees his face, and he's like, "Oh, wait, that's who we hired."
How about George Costanza when he quits on Friday and then comes back to work on Monday, but acts like it didn't happen, like he was joking?
Yep.
That's a true story.
Yeah, Larry David.
Larry David did that on SNL.
I love that story. When you didn't know that, you got to listen to
He got fired and then just showed up.
What are they gonna do?
I wasn't invited back. I got hired for a holiday period at Best Buy in high school. And
Molly
it was for the
knows what
holiday
that's like.
season.
I worked at
and
Best
the
Buy.
only reason I did it was because if you were an employee there,
Blu-rays,
you
baby.
You can get the N64. And because back then,
the
if you were my age,
N64.
the N64
Love the N64.
was
Hey, that
sold
was
out.
a
It was
great
kind of like a
console.
PlayStation 5.
It was
like
great.
sold out everywhere.
Best
So if you worked at Best Buy, you had access to the back shut. You could just take
Why do you say like Best Buy?
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
Emphasis on the buy.
You said Best Buy.
Oh yeah,
They're from Denmark or something.
Pizza Hut. Yeah, people do that.
Hey,
It's regional.
are you
Best Buy.
This is my show. I keep
Best
Go
Buy.
ahead, finish the story. My bad.
Or Best Buy.
Y'all are
So-
just yes. This is.
Oh,
his
you know, my
show.
name is Sven. I work at Best Buy. I'm an
Taco
exchange
Bell.
student.
Best Buy. I was inflecting because I was going to the next part of my
You
sentence.
look like a Dutch exchange student.
Kevin,
actually.
continue. Continue.
Sorry.
So two things happened when I worked at Best Buy. First of all, I did meet a good friend that continued to this day. That was cool. I got caught. So basically, I was in heaven, like because I was back then. I was like in high school, and I loved all the CDs and games and stuff like that.
Sure.
And so half the time I was working, I was really just looking at stuff and reading. You know what I mean? Because I was into it. And I remember that I didn't get asked back because one of the managers saw me like playing or looking at like a keyboard, and I was out of my section because I was in the video game section. But it was good for the customers of Best Buy because I famously took a stand when the Sega Saturn came out, went up against this little company called Sony PlayStation.
Yeah.
And everybody who came in and said, should I get the Sega Saturn or the Sony PlayStation? I was like, Sega knows games, man. You got to go with the Sega Saturn. Sony's
Did
nuts.
you also
Get the Neo Geo.
Dreamcast? Like,
Now, I love the
Dreamcast?
Sega Saturn. I actually have a hack on the Sega Saturn with every
Dreamcast
game on it.
is a great console.
But
Sega
PlayStation definitely won the battle. Saturn lasted like 2 years maybe, and obviously PlayStation is now in their 5th iteration. I gave a lot of people probably. I was responsible for people. I would be like, you got to go Sega, dude. You got Daytona USA. It's like Sega.
Did you have the Sega 32X?
Well, that's what killed the Saturn. Is they released this stupid 32X thing, which is also a 32-bit little mini thing that you put on top of the Genesis or whatever.
Yeah, Genesis seemed to be on top of it because their consoles would stack. So you would stack the regular Sega on top of the 32X on top of the whatever.
Why are you saying
You know who's a big retro games fan is Saul. I had a conversation with him once, and he was all into that stuff.
Saul, yep.
Good game.
At my old place, I had an arcade cabinet, and it had 17,000 games on it. If you guys remember, with the TV on the wall.
I think you still have you have
I have a
thing
little
now.
console. I ended up buying, but it's not like an arcade cabinet.
Because last time I went to your place, we played Pong for like 19
Tetris.
hours.
Well,
Tetris.
Cam just said
Tetris.
she's a Pong girl. Yeah.
We played Tetris for 19 hours.
Can't beat the old games.
Like us, you and Frankie.
And I just remember giving my wife shit because she's Russian, and so I like she's playing. And I'm looking at her listening to Russian music. I'm like, you better beat us all. You're Russian.
You're Russian. You should have had a play this game.
Oh man.
Molly, do you have the next last call question? Or should I ask because I have it pulled up?
Let me see.
Circus Atari. Oh
We
my
did all
God.
the video
Terrible
questions,
games.
right?
We did, yes.
Okay. So the next one's from Vapion. And they say, first off, congratulations on beating cancer. My question to you is, do you agree with Inner Geekdom expanding to add other franchises? And what franchises, if any, do you think shouldn't be included and vice versa? Mine would be Ghostbusters, especially with a 4th movie coming.
I haven't really thought about it. I think, and I hope they never do it, but the one category that's not on there that's totally geek to me is don't get any ideas, PJ Campbell. But like, and I'm with Rachel Cushing on this one. We used to always think if they're going to add anything, they would add video
games.
games.
Watch along to Heathcliff the movie. Don't worry about him.
No,
Garfield.
The old was a movie based on, like when I started, it had to be based on a comic book, graphic novel, or whatever. So that's why ill-informed was he, Brandon Hanna, when he was trying to fight that Green Hornet. But you know, there's new people running the shop. So I'm actually for. Well, I'm speaking now as a fan, but like I'm actually for the expansion. The new movies that they added this season, like it's been cool to see questions about it and stuff like that. So I'm not a big fan of Transformers, perhaps, but
you and the other 6 billion people.
But like there was always one that's not ever been added, and I don't want them to add it because they're all full of dog shit movies. But I just feel like video game movies before Bond. I would just say that. Back then when they were adding Bond, and people are like, well, what are you adding Bond for? You need to add like either fantasy movies like Narnia and Princess Bride or whatever. You add that. You don't add Bond, or you add video game movies. Video game movies is just such a don't do it though. Like I would feel bad.
Probably more fantasy, like Krull. Like why isn't Krull in there? Like fantasy.
I feel like the Underworld movies should be in there, but then that opens like a big old can of worms. I think.
Well, I guess vampires and werewolves. That kind of gets.
So here's my question. Here's my question to we have a lot of IG people here. Do you think?
I mean, people like those movies are Twilight nerds.
Well, they would answer it better because they're active. They probably have a better opinion of it.
Should Twilight be an Inner Geekdom? Would you consider that a Inner Geekdom film?
I don't care.
That's the right answer right there.
We are doing a Twilight bar trivia for our patrons this month. If anyone would like to join,
have fun with that.
We've been watching them for our Patreon
going home for
commentary.
Thanksgiving. You'll be doing that night.
Ooh.
What do you guys think, Parker? Like, if they were to
add...
do you
think... myself, I'll just say, like, there are movies that were added this year that haven't been asked about at all. There are movies that were added this year that have only been asked about once. There are movies that have only been asked about twice. So I think until we start at the end of last season, we were starting to run out of base level questions for a lot of different movies. There were plenty of movies that had not been mined very well.
They never asked anything from the Wolverine.
Right, there were a lot of that were mined pretty well.
I've been asked about the Wolverine before.
Yeah, but there's a lot of movies that haven't been touched at all this year, or have been only cast questions. So, we added 60%. We, as in I had to say in it.
It's all your fault, Parker.
If only.
Is it 60%? No, it's more than half.
At the start of the season, 60% increase in films. I don't see a need to add more until they're scraping for questions a little bit more, which they're not even close to. If there's 20 movies that haven't been asked about yet, you don't need to add new categories.
Dude, you know how I know? Because 60-70% of our study sessions are about fucking movies that never come up in the game. So Parker's right. You know what I mean?
That's how it rolls. Real quick before we go to more of our last call questions, to get a couple more super chats. One from Rockin' Movies with Tyler. I just pulled it up, and then so thank you. Thank you, Jill and Molly, for helping give the dungeon one of its better nights tonight. We all needed to show how we play. # Dungeon Master Ball.
Aw.
Yes, # Dungeon Master has spoken.
Yes, I'm
I'm
having
glad.
cocktails for several reasons.
I'm kind of
talk about a guy who's got our back through thick and thin.
Oh, a Dungeon super fan.
I'm definitely not.
That boy is one of us. I always enjoy talking with him.
One of us.
We get to do backstage. I break.
Google gobble. One of us.
One of us.
Kevin.
I love it. You can't drop a movie reference without everybody in the room getting it. It's so good.
Kevin, you were saying.
# back of the bus with. Back in the bus.
I haven't been
back in the classroom.
Haven't been in real good shape this week. So it's been and being alone without my family has been. And I'm one that tends to kind of power through it myself. I don't, you know what I mean. I try to anyway. But it's been really great to see everybody. It's good capper to the week. Yeah,
man.
Good to see you, buddy.
My wife's flight got delayed for 2 days.
Good. Come over here and we'll get drunk.
I want to come over. Let's do it. Let's go.
Y'all can come.
We're gonna do this, but in person.
Parker, get on Spirit Air. Everybody get over here.
I will not be doing that.
Actually, you know what? I want you to get here in one piece. Get on JetBlue.
JetBlue is the way to go. We also have a super chat from one Tim Sim.
I'll buy the ticket.
Real quick, I want to announce that that in my season finale of The Insight this December, I'll be doing an interview with Kevin Smets.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, I feel bad.
He's like a regular Mike Wallace.
Tim's a good guy.
Huh?
Tim reached out probably in August, and this has been my first after show or interview or anything since
for a while.
My surgery. Probably even beyond that. I guess I get mixed up when I'm going on to their trainings and
and
stuff.
Look how spry and young and put together you are, motherfucker.
I'm literally down. I am
nothing
down
ever
pounds.
happened,
They say that you beat cancer, you kind of come out on the other side a little more healthy. My wife reinvigorated my diet, and I've kept. My wife thought I was going to totally regress and just have fast food and eat bad this whole time, but I haven't really done that. You just kind of once you're. They say that you diet fails, but you change your lifestyle. That successful and.
You'll be back at the clubs in no time, signing boobs.
Signing boobs.
Giving my Instagram out to ladies and telling my wife about it. I was so innocent. I was like,
he's got his own Sharpie with him. He's like, hey, let's go.
No, but it's been great.
Spring break.
It's been great to see everyone.
I mean, not for nothing. And I mean, I told Kevin this and I told Mara this, but I haven't really talked to anybody else about this. But
Robbie knows.
Robbie knows, but Mara's been asking me to do it forever. But because of Kevin and everything that he said, I actually went to my doctor and asked about getting a colonoscopy. And he referred me to a GI specialist who also said, okay, well, given your history, etc., we're going to recommend that you do this. And so I went, I had it done. The prep's not fun at all, because I'm younger. They're like, well, they usually don't advise these for anybody under 45.
Yeah.
But I talked to them and they're like, we're gonna have you do it. So I was proactive because of this guy up here and this one right here. And I went and I had it done, and everything's cool now. But they found some polyps that were non-cancerous. But the reason they were non-cancerous is because
you caught it
caught
early.
them early. So
those are what I had a
guy
polyp
up here, and everything he did, and this one here who stayed on me to do it. So it's
had I gone when I probably I think it was the trip in like 2018. I probably had the cancer for like 3 years to get to stage 3 because it's a slow grade cancer. It's a slow growing cancer. But had I gone the first time, it would have been a polyp. It would have been exactly what Dan had. So had Dan not gone in 3 years, it could have been much worse. So
yeah, it could have.
It just boggles the mind that it's even 45. It should be 40.
Yeah,
but it's big. It's a big strive, and it's just for them to save money. But I would just suggest insisting on it, even if you have to lie about family history or saying that your best friend died of it. Like,
bro, I went to see my doctor. He's like, "What? Not till you're 45, 46."
No way.
I'm like,
No,
not you.
I got mine way early too.
You told me about it.
I owe a huge debt of gratitude to Kevin and Tamara because I would never have done it. I would never have done it.
Wow.
And so these two are amazing people, and it's fun to catch up with them anytime. And I can't wait to see.
Oh, I like catching up with you too.
Well, we catch up every day, but I can't wait to catch up with Smash.
Hey, I remember
for Spectacular
being asked to wait before or after the baby to get my colonoscopy, and I sat there in the room and I was like, "Oh, maybe if I wait after." And the doctor was like, "You really, after a baby, think it's going to be easier to find some time to get this colonoscopy done?" So then I talked to my wife and like Natasha, and I was like, "No, let's do it before. Let's get it out of the way." Had I waited, and then I was like, well, I'll wait another 6 months.
Oof.
You know, like I was on stage 3. It was literally permeating the last barrier.
Yeah.
You know, we were at Helm's Deep. You know.
Yeah, Smets was great because I could text him and I'd be like, "This prep is heinous," and he's like, "Yeah, it's really bad."
For you, Ben Goddard.
I try to tell him like pretend like you're on a Joe Rogan Fear Factor episode. You pound that drink. I had someone else do it, and their prep was they were just giving Gatorade and Miralax. I was like,
"Oh,
man, you don't want to go there and get under Twilight," and then they're in there and they're like, "Yeah, you gotta."
I got compliments on how clean I was by the doctor afterwards. He's like, "By the way," and it said on the form, like, "Very clean."
You know what's funny? My doctor, I was so confused.
That's
the
like the
doctor
best news
opened.
I've heard all night.
The doctor opened
clean.
with, "See all of this? This is a really clean colon." And I thought he was giving me an example of someone else's, you know, like, and this is yours. No, he opened with like, "You got everything clean. Like, you have stage, or you didn't know the staging, but you have a giant tumor here, but everything else is like." They also made a mention that it was really clean and that I did a good job clearing it out. And I was like, yeah. Then the rest, it just sounded like Peanuts adults, Charlie Brown adults. Like, it was just such a blur. I just remember making a joke because there was something about 4K imagery, and then I made a joke. I was saying the Twilight, like just loopy and laugh gas or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to get my test results in IMAX. And then the doctor is just like,
Sorry, we only do medium format here.
I'm glad he has cancer. That's a stupid joke.
I've never
2K
done
only.
anesthesia before. This was the first time I ever got put under anesthesia, and I just remember like I was in the room, and they're like, "All right, here comes the anesthesia," and
anesthesia's great.
Oh, it's wacky.
And then
So
I
check
remember
this
waking up, and like we were, you know, like the prep room. It's like there's just curtains like cordoning you off, and I remember like I woke up. I don't even know if I told you this. I woke up and I could hear a guy next to me they were prepping him to go in, and I just remember like being halfway in and out, just going like, "Don't worry about it, you'll be fine." It's easy."
So
and the guy's like, "Who is that?"
Girl
and
in
I was
the
just like,
bathroom
"It's
at
fine,
prom.
don't worry about it. It's no
I
problem."
was like, I've been here for like
You're
6
beautiful.
years. You're gonna be
So
all
I was
right.
so terrified for my surgery because I thought that was anesthesia, and it was like easy, you know. They call it Twilight or whatever. It's like where they knock you out, but like there's just someone monitoring you. But there is. So for my main surgery, though, I don't know if anyone's been on general anesthetic, but it is such a process. And I understand why they have to do it, but they literally had me sign papers away in case my brain stops activity or whatever.
It can
they
kill
had
people.
3 different people come to talk to me 2 the morning of the surgery, just explaining like it literally you don't go to sleep. They say you're asleep, but they're not. Like it powers your brain down basically, so it's not.
That's how Joan Rivers died.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't tell people. Don't say
Look,
that.
you got to go under it. It doesn't matter. I mean, not everyone dies, obviously.
I'm glad you didn't tell me before my story because literally,
Well,
I had.
don't be a 95-year-old woman when you do it. Maybe that's a higher risk.
But I remember.
And also, let's just talk about how many people have been saved by it too. So,
Right.
But the general anesthetic puts
Everybody has
you
to sign
under
that
even
paperwork.
faster, Dan, than the other one, and they were just like everything's in you, and they're like they're gonna put a pipe down right when you fall asleep, but everything else is in you, and they give you a shot, right? And they just were like,
Are you
I just
allowed to
remember
listen to
thinking-
music or anything when they're doing this shit to you?
That.
Because I'm gonna be like,
You go out right away.
No, you go out.
Kaiser,
And here's
you're not
what I-
gonna last 10 seconds. It doesn't.
No.
matter.
No, in fact,
They give you laughing gas.
No,
for
you're out.
something,
You-
and then
you-
they
you-
give
you-
you a
you-
shot.
seconds and you're out.
Yeah, and I mean it's literally they were like, what say words to get you through it or something.
Right.
And I just remember saying my wife and daughter over like twice. Like I said it a second time,
no, I
and then I was out.
remember that.
And then here's the crazy thing with the anesthetic from colonoscopy. It was like obviously it was short and a flash, and I woke up for it. The general anesthetic. My surgery was supposed to be like 4 or 5 hours, and it was 11 hours. It was crazy. I think 2 of the hours they had me under already, and then there was a delay with the equipment. So then it's better not to wake me up. So I'm
They're like,
literally
poke
for
him.
2 hours.
Just poke him. See what he does.
Man,
Just
I'm
let him
having
sleep.
like a flashback to 2
But-
days before we were walking down the Strand, and you look at me, you go, "I'm going under." They say, I could die from this, so take care of my wife, but
Yeah.
don't have sex with her. And I'm like, what?
Take care of her, but
What kind of
stay
guy
away
do you
from
think-
her.
How do you ask me to do one thing and then like, why do you think that's what would be my motive? Like that's not
I
like
didn't
a
do-
fucking
that was
plan.
a joke. That was a joke. That was a very moment.
It caught me off guard. I
That
realized
was
it was a
big
joke, but
act.
you said it very serious. Is all I'm saying.
You could have sex with my wife, okay?
Like
Kaiser,
the
don't worry about
last time I was gonna see you before you had anesthesia, we had sushi. We were taking
Here's
a
how
nice
scary
walk.
that is.
We were there. I was there for that.
With
You
the
were
general
there. You and
anesthetic,
Sean were there.
when you go under, if there's just a complication, if I have a heart thing or something happens, it's like it's when you go under, like that's your last 2 seconds of life. Because then if it just something complicated happens, then you die in surgery. And I remember just trying to memorize every curve on my kid's face and like hugging my wife and being like, because of course it's
Yeah,
so minor,
a
but
real
when you're
moment.
there and then they have 3
Man,
different people
I
talk to you
realize.
about it, it's crazy. But here's the other crazy thing: when I came to, the first 2 seconds that I came to, I knew that it was longer than it was supposed to be. Like it's like I felt the 11 hours, and then all of a sudden you forget it instantly. Then it felt like literally 2 seconds ago. Like the colonoscopy one was like you put it under and then you wake up like right away.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one,
that's what's crazy
I'm
about
not
it.
saying that I was in a coma for 11 hours like stuck. I'm saying when I was brought out of it, I immediately knew that, dude, this wasn't 5 hours. Like I don't know what it was, but I just remember like, well, that felt long. And then like a second later, so 3 seconds coming out of it, then it completely then felt like 2 seconds again. You know what I mean? It's really weird how you hang on to
Yeah,
that.
that's the crazy thing. It's like they tell you to count down from 10, and you go 10, 9,
Yeah.
and then you wake up.
Yeah.
Like that, you don't even know you fell asleep. You just suddenly
Yeah.
you're awake, and you're like,
And you don't fall asleep. Like I said, they shut
you're
your
all
brain
done.
They should
Yeah.
give you a
Well,
fucking white
I've
Russian when you wake up, man. Here you go. You made it, brother.
Kaiser, when I came out of my
Welcome
wisdom
back.
teeth surgery, I had to go under. And like I woke up, and within 10 seconds of waking up, I vomited.
Ooh.
And we were like in the the debriefing room or whatever you want to call it, and my dad was there, and like the surgeon was talking to me, and my dad, and I was still like a little loopy, and the surgeon turns to my dad and goes, "Your son would be a terrible drug addict."
Speaking of, you know how Russians
He
are
died
crazy.
in the opening credits of fucking Training 5.
Do you
Go
know
on.
why Russians are crazy? Like, in a good, I'm complimenting wife here. She got her wisdom teeth pulled out today. One of them. In
No
Russia.
anesthetic.
It's cheaper. No anesthetic.
Oh!
Or no general right here, like a quick shot, but no
okay.
under,
Oof.
no
Yeah.
painkillers
Okay, so
afterwards.
here's the
They're like,
thing.
oh no, you take care of you. Now you go.
So here's the thing. I need my wisdom teeth pulled, and believe it or not, as someone who has broken literally every single bone in their body, I've never been put under before,
Evil Knievel, Julian.
and
right.
it terrifies me. The
There's
thought of
nothing
being
to it.
It's
There's
just
nothing.
one
Yeah.
time you're
There's
feeling
really nothing.
completely
Just
out of
think
it.
for
It's
the
like
follow
you know the last moment of your consciousness before maybe the end of your life, which is a weird thing.
I don't like that. I don't
But
No.
like
you
it.
have to
The fun
understand
thing is,
something.
Julian.
There are thousands upon thousands of successful every
I'll
day.
go ahead
It's
and
like
general
literally, if
anesthesia,
you
like,
die,
8
then
times,
Sean
and
Sullivan
I'm
goes play the
fine.
lottery.
It's,
He'll win
I know, and I know that people go through it like a lot, and I just freaks the fuck out.
This
I mean,
week in
I
anesthesia.
mean,
No, you get to enjoy the anesthesia. It's a blast.
Yeah. As someone who
I
has
like the
trouble falling
anesthesia,
asleep, I loved it.
Oh, it's the best.
I like
Welcome
anesthesia
to
for my wisdom teeth.
Our new segment, This Week in Anesthesia.
This week
This
in
week's in
anesthesia.
anesthesia.
By the way,
interview people.
This is
about-
why I'm so out of it
You
on
don't
my
wanna go on
paid
where
meds.
most people don't
Why
have
did I
to.
write it in all caps? I'm like an old man. I'm like, oh my
Kevin,
God,
I'm
hey,
Kevin.
Uncle Kevin is all caps email.
Kevin Smets!
Kevin's here. Anyway, we're gonna before we go off the rails, we're gonna continue with our last call. This is from our patron Jay. What question made you say no way, absolutely not? For me, it was the bloodshot question asking for the city name in Taylor Robinson's match.
It's funny. So when I'm training, I go through these every day where I'll be like, okay, that's a 5-pointer. I'll be fine to lose at. Because, like, you need to know so many different numbers and things like that. There are just some things that it's like, I remember, here's one, and maybe I should know it, but, like, Wolverine's dog tag number. I just remember when I was in the league, I was like, I'm not going to train for that. I know the prefix code for the Reliant. I know Magneto's tattoo number on his arm.
I know that too.
I'm not going to memorize because eventually, sometimes you have to make choices, I think, and kind of let it go out there and roll the dice. You don't want to obviously choose wrong, but like, there's just Wolverine's dog tag number. If they ask that,
It's 458-25243.
I
Just
love that.
You absolute crazy people.
That's why you're
There's
champion.
no way.
But you know what's funny? Molly and I have all the Star Wars numbers memorized, but I hear that one and I go, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, I love
Magneto
numbers.
tattoo
Molly
number,
loves
and
a
that's
good
longer
Star Wars
than
number.
dog
Yes.
tags. But I was just like, because
Yeah.
it's
What's the name of the probe droid?
And then when you're starting to
That's
write,
Crazy.
go ahead.
You crazy people.
It's only one number longer. You can do this.
Crazy. You
Mo-
guys,
Mo-
there's
You
no
guys go have your fun.
Molly, your new favorite flex is the name of the probe droid, which is XJ9CS14. That just got stuck in my head because I tried to memorize it for one day and it stuck real quickly.
Wow.
I'm just bummed they never asked me the number of Legos in the Death Star. Lego
I'm
Death
shocked.
Star.
I give a fuck about Star Wars after this season.
Oh my
Hang out
god.
with all of you miscreants.
Oh my gosh.
Like, why? This is a level I never.
Well, kind of the great thing is so many people are so good at it that like I did it and I'll probably never do it again because I'm no longer good enough. And it's like, but who cares? It's like
That's how I feel
like,
though. Like I'm
Yeah.
really good at Star Wars trivia, and now I'm
They're
watching
insane.
like a lot of the rookies play
you
now.
think-
And
yeah, and I'm okay
I'm
being
like-
done with it.
Do you think if they expanded and
Yeah, but
did
let's
the
not forget, you guys
movie,
are also
the
the
TV
dopest
shows,
fucking characters.
would that make it
Let's stop
easier
the whole-
for you guys to come back?
Stop the press. Everybody wants to watch Molly play fucking trivia. Everybody wants to watch Whip play trivia. You don't have to be the fucking best.
I'm going
Something
FCL.
to be said for being the coolest motherfucker in the room and being able to cut a promo.
I'm going to
being
FCL.
able
Take
put on
that
a
belt off
show.
of Mar.
yeah,
Okay, so to be fair,
Mari's
the
coming for
FCL
you,
belt is gorgeous. That FCL belt looks so much
Yeah.
cooler than the Schmoedown one does. It's
Oh,
got a
really?
little
Star
Ahsoka-
Wars? Oh, I don't
it's got
think
a little
so.
Ahsoka figure on it. It's cute. as
Oh
fuck.
yeah, but the MTS one is real classy. I just love it.
Yeah, true.
Molly, can we
if they
steal their belt?
expanded to TV shows and stuff, I actually am pro that. I don't know
Yeah.
how many other people
Molly's
are.
gonna be taking names.
I think it
Mar,
would
in the
let me
last
play
match, you only
TV.
beat me by one, but anyway.
I mean, we could get everybody who beat Adam Witt into the stream, but I'm not going to do that because I love you too much. So I do have another question. This was sent directly to me.
Wait, I want to hear from Mara and Parker real quick. Are there
Yes.
ever? I guess you don't want to give your.
Are you
away
talking
your
about like
secrets.
questions that have been asked and you're like,
No.
oh, come on.
And
Like,
you're
fuck
yeah,
this.
yeah, questions that have
That's
been
what the
asked
question
for
is.
your-
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't say that. I
Questions
didn't
that
answer
have
that.
been
I'm
at-
just
there's-
saying, like, I come across
There's-
facts where I'm like,
there
I'm-
he is in the chat. There's Sean.
I come across questions though when I trained anyway. I'd be like,
Sean and I have to play.
if they're gonna ask that, then
would love you guys
the
to
gods
play.
were against me. You know what I mean? And
No,
it's fine.
I,
fans
a
demand
lot
it.
of
Plead the
mine.
fifth. Plead
No,
the fifth.
no,
Five.
Just a lot
the
of
five?
mine are like, especially this season.
Nobody needs to
ones
know
that-
nothing, as far as I'm concerned.
Are ones that like usually in round 2 there have been recently in the last 6-8 months ish just like a weird number question which
Yeah.
like especially in IG this has happened quite a bit which is just a really tricky hard like you think it's not hard because you can just go to multiple choice and then guess a number but also like
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
very
It's
on a
something
very like deep
inconsequential to
personal
the movie, though.
yes
Yeah,
On
like
a very
how
deep
many years
personal
the
level.
bride was in a coma in Kill Bill Volume
Yeah.
One.
Right.
Yes.
Or right, exactly. Or
It's
how
a
many
sneaky big
semesters-
plot question. You know,
how
you're like,
many
oh,
semesters-
that does.
People who just
matter.
watched that movie 10 days ago are real big shots when they answer it. Oh, 5 years. Oh.
Right.
Yeah,
I
bitch,
also
if you
have a
ain't seen
problem
that
with
movie in
number
3 fucking years.
questions.
Well,
good
the
luck.
number one, and this is speaking for Mara, but also in general as a movie fan, the biggest fuck that movie of all time is Son of the Mask. I mean, fuck that movie. Like, super fuck that movie. Like, who gives a fuck about that movie?
See, I think
in all forms.
Twice now, and I've lost on that question twice. So I think that's very telling.
So you got a new Mask movie for me?
Time of day.
But I mean, but beyond that, fuck that movie. I mean, obviously, because I love you, Mara, fuck that movie, but still, fuck that movie.
And on that note, next question. 'Cause we're not-
I'm really hoping.
We're not gonna
There's a lot
complain.
happening.
Especially
We don't want to
when
do that.
in their multiple choices, they don't even have the right answer. Like that's
Yeah.
another thing that really makes me angry when they don't even have the right answers.
Oh, that was the 18 months one, right? Or the,
It was the
Yeah.
how
Oh my
old is Striker's son turning?
Yeah, they got
that
that
one.
Oh.
Striker from Airplane.
And the multiple didn't have the right answer?
No,
No, they didn't have the right answer.
That happened once, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the only time, but
in general, it's just stuff that like, and I'm not a writer, so I really shouldn't have an opinion on this. It's just stuff that to me isn't good trivia. Like how many semesters was the school open? How many generations of Waynes were in the house? Like stuff like that, which is just like one-off lines.
They're masked who said
How
it
many
questions, too.
how many years has the Daily Planet not turned a profit in Superman 4? Like those kind of questions, I just think I just really, really hate them. Because I don't think they're good trivia, and I don't think they're studyable in any way. Like you have to not even like the question, like the 8 new deaths or the 6 new deaths or whatever. I just think that's like some person just decided to type that number on the keyboard that day, and I think that doesn't make for a good question.
And you can tell it doesn't make for a good question when
numbers,
it's not
right?
fun to know it.
it's because they're
It's like what
inconsequential.
sector is Earth in? That's an IG question because that's a consequential question.
That's true.
But
That's
like, yeah, just kind of picking random numbers out
Well,
of
it's
the movie.
because I mean, let's just be
A
honest.
one-off line, right?
It's because they can write easy multiple choice answers for it.
No, I understand the reasoning behind it. I really don't like those questions on like I don't like the kind of trivia that's being asked about in them kind of thing.
Oh, I agree. I just mean like
I understand the
don't think
reasoning.
that
It's more fun when
because
they're
it's
fun
easy
questions.
means that's why we're doing it.
Parker, you better memorize every inconsequential number in IG now.
Don't you think
I
I've been
know they're
trying
watching.
Before
They're
we get
watching.
to
our-
Dan,
They're
can
watching.
you
They're
ask
gonna
an
write questions.
inconsequential number
been
question
trying.
as Balcony Kaiser?
Number question as Balcony Kaiser.
Who's the guy?
Number question as Balcony Kaiser. Hold on, ladies. and gentlemen.
Balcony Kaiser.
Let's let the great
Consequential
Dan Merle do it.
Make it one I know, so I'm not embarrassed.
It's a good inconsequential number. Okay, I got one.
Oh, take Mara's number.
I got one.
Okay.
Okay. Who's the guy?
What are you doing when you say
15
okay?
points.
Okay, who's the guy?
15 points.
In 1989's Batman, starring Mr. Mom's Michael Keaton.
He does that. He
I
does
love
scarring. You do that, Kaiser.
How
And City Slickers.
according to the mayor, how many millions of dollars is the 200th celebration over budget?
Oh.
You have to know that stuff, man.
I read this.
They're expanding the movies and they're
He
making
said
that stuff.
Mr.
Something going in the
Mom's
red,
Michael
right?
Keaton.
Mr. Mom's Michael Keaton.
Oh, that is
Yes.
my favorite part of the joke.
Pretty sure,
I like
by the
Mr.
way,
Mom.
it's 250,000. There are no, it's not millions.
Well, I was being
Yeah.
accurate.
With all these, by the way, with
Once
all
a
these-
future champ, Mara.
with all these
250,000
rumors
million.
of the
My God.
with the villains coming back for the new Spider-Man movie, you know, I'm so worried that the "Don't Tell Harry" line's going to be in it.
Oh
No.
I remember I came back.
Don't
and
tell
I remember
Rhino.
Before Collision, Dan, you'll appreciate this. Before Collision, I was going to watch.
15 points.
I was gonna either watch a Spider-Man,
plays the Rhino?
like not the Spider-Man movie, but I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch the Spider-Man Everything Great About, because that guy actually goes through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And usually I was like, I'll just do that as a quick refresher, and I didn't. And so when I came back after losing, I was like, if that don't tell Harry sound-ups in it, I'm gonna freaking kick myself. And it wasn't in Everything Wrong with Two. So I felt
there you
good.
go.
You know, I don't feel good about missing that, but
yeah,
I just remember like just being so nervous. I'm like, because I literally made the choice to be like, nah, I'm good. You know.
I remember that so clearly because I got so excited, and then my heart sank, and I just don't even want to relive that moment. But anyway,
I don't think I would have met Dasha had I won though. So,
oh, okay, so there we go. So positive.
Because I think, going to San Diego. Well, I don't know with the championship, but I think because I had lost and then I won like a week later in being invited to Seattle or whatever.
No, the losing was the best thing for us.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I really think it was better
really
story
was.
overall.
Like we got fucking angry. You should have seen us. You should have seen us on that day. We had no.
See, there's
friends.
a positive in everything.
I was there with you that day.
Oh, you wait.
Yeah, what a weird sliding doors.
We're coming in the same way.
If I would have won, Parker would have made his
kicking the doors off
appearance in that, and then like he would have debuted way sooner. Like it's just so crazy. Like all the things. But I honestly think
everything's on time in its perfect place.
But if I went down to I played along with the Rachel match, but I remember one thing of note. This I don't think anybody knows this. Bateman knows it. I didn't know. I missed it by like a number. I didn't know the Green Lantern sector, and I would have gone. I would have bet 3. So I think Rachel missed it too. So maybe it would have been the same. But I would have bet 3 and lost 3.
Talking about what we should have, could have, would have bet. Nobody needs.
No, but I'm saying had I then gone to San Diego and lost, I might have been so bummed that I wouldn't have gone to Seattle and met my wife and my mother and my child. Answer my question.
Everything.
I don't need to watch movies before I go to bed, Kaiser.
But so real quick, I do have another question that was sent directly to me.
Yes,
from one Harrison C. And he says, do you have any ideas on a storyline or the manner in which, if you were to return to the Schmoedown, or a first opponent you would play?
No, not really. Christian's been really cool about giving me my like space about it. So,
Hannah.
Hannah. If you play Hannah, I want to do posts just so I can give Hannah more shit. Like, that's all I want.
Yeah,
any chance to yell at Hannah is a good day.
It's a good day. Any day you can yell at Hannah.
The promos alone for a Hannah match would be fun.
Yeah.
You know that would be fun. That would be fun.
I don't know if you can see this. Oh, here, let me turn the light off here. This is a video. This is one of my favorite moments here. So this is at the Kalinowski match, and this is Rachel, Kevin, and Chandru.
Yeah.
And you're standing there, and I spent the entire match watching you guys turn to each other and answer the questions. It was really great.
I had a good day that day. I think I knew like all but like 2 or 3 questions.
Tweet it right now, Whit.
I should. Now that match has been posted, I
took a fucking picture of the 3 dude, bro, and it's funny that you're showing.
But it's like 3 IG legends, and every question you guys each lean and confer and lean and confer.
I know I have that picture with. I saw the same thing. I'm gonna tweet it now if I can fucking find it.
Send it. And then we do have one more.
But have you seen a picture of me signing boobs? Let's go back to that.
I have not. But boy, that sounds like a Kaiser promotion, doesn't it?
Around when you're signing boobs.
Oh dear.
Just, as a friend, maybe invite me.
Sir Pounce is like, look at my butthole.
Look at the signing of the titty.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
There it is. There's the signing of the titty.
Oh, he's so proud of it. He's so proud.
So proud.
That sounds like such a dungeon promotion.
Buddy.
You think?
We do have one last. We do have one last Streamlab.
Oh my God.
Do you want to say hi?
Parker, wait, who is that?
That's Sir Smets.
That's Smets?
Stop it,
Side
Parker.
by side, there it is.
Please tell me you were in a boy band.
Right?
Oh my God.
Oh, hi, Sir Pounce.
Hey.
Ah, cat butt.
Cat butt.
Take this cat butt stream.
Damn, dude,
Sir Pounce is like, it's my time to shine.
Yeah, Sir Pounce is like,
look at those
now's my time.
badasses right
He's like,
there.
it's done. It's our time to shine.
Oh, yeah, that boy, what a great night.
How do I get that one?
I was called a douchebag for this photo, and let me just be a reminder that I showed up to a day party with a bottle of Patron for everyone. So that's a nice guy gesture.
I like
this
that
guy
move.
looks like a
Oh, look at that guy!
You
I
look
need your
like the
clothes and your
Terminator.
boots and your motorcycle.
But this is the
1984's
photo. You guys
Terminator.
missed it.
Yeah.
Your boots and your motorcycle.
Vince
Oh,
Vaughn?
boy. Oh boy.
Vince Vaughn, is that you?
There's a piercing down there, and there's a piercing on the ear. That was for like a promotion for some clothing.
And there's a piercing down south, if you know what I mean.
If you know what I mean.
Hey-yo.
All right, we have one more Streamlab from one Selva Moreno. Question for everyone. What fictional family would you want to be a part of? I think Molly and I have talked about this, and we both said the Cullens.
Oh yeah, Twilight.
Yeah, we want to be vampires.
I want to live forever and be sparkly and hot forever.
So we want to be
That's
part
a
of the
very
Cullens.
good question.
I'll be a Wayne, so I have rich money and a cool
Right.
uncle.
Mara,
Fight
what'd you
for
say?
rent.
Oh, I said the Addams Family. Done.
What's
The
name of
Addams
this show?
Family.
Happy Hour with Molly. What's the name of the show? How do I
Happy Hour
tag
with
this?
Jill and Molly.
Does it have its own Twitter page?
No,
It
it's
does
just
not.
it's
It's a hashtag underneath
It's
the
certain
video.
Just tag Molly and you.
I
That's a
would
picture
be
of the
a
other
Took,
three.
for sure.
That's
The
cool.
mean three.
Robert, what is that?
I would be a Took. I'd be a Took. I want to be a Hobbit. I want to.
Nice. They have a good
I
simple
want to
life.
live my days out in the Shire. I want to be agrarian. I want to have a little farm. I want to go drinking ale and eating good food and like cooking fish and living by the
Valid.
water wheel. I want to live in the Shire.
We have a Wayne, we have a Took, we have an Adams, Dan Merle. What
Who's
fictional
Adams?
family?
What's Adams?
Mara, it's
Adam?
going to be the Addams family.
Addams Family.
Addams
Mara's
family.
Adams family. Dan.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, golly.
It's a good question.
It
is a really good question.
You don't want to. You don't want to be the. You don't want to be a Cusack
Mm,
from
Pars, that'd
American.
be
What was that?
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be a Griswold.
Yeah.
I want to actually go somewhere.
You want to be a
and, like,
Cusack
have it-
from a History of Violence,
Love their
or a
hijinks.
Sullivan
True.
from Road to Perdition.
A Sullivan? No. Oh my goodness, no.
They all
You
got
don't want to
murdered.
be a fighting Sullivan, that's for sure. Seen
No.
that movie?
A Rooney or a Sullivan.
Well, I know
Yeah.
you don't want to be a.
I was thinking of a McAllister, maybe, but
No,
again, the
fuck
trips
that
are all
family.
disasters. They're all disasters. We have to deal with Buzz. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Oh,
It's so
Buzz
funny
is
when people say like
girlfriend.
I'd want to live in the Star Wars galaxy. Like that is a terrifying galaxy.
Yeah, yeah,
Worse than the
yeah.
Wild West. Like just I would not want to live in that world.
Oh, I
I
want to
wouldn't
be
want to be a Jawa, you
I
know?
was about to say be in the USS Enterprise.
I want to be a
family.
Kirk. No. I want to be a
Picard. You want to
Picard.
be a Picard
Yeah, you
for
do.
sure.
I want to be a Picard. Go out, have
Right.
star adventures, retire to a
Go-
vineyard.
ooh, get the thing. Get the thing I gave you.
I want to go into the Nexus ribbon and live.
I think I
the
want to be a
rest of my
super
days as
friend.
lion.
Does that count?
A
No,
I wanna be
super
the
it's
friend,
not a
you
real
can be a
last
super friend.
name. Wit. It's not a real last name.
It's not a real last name.
I want to be
By
a
the way, I
soprano,
gave
of course.
Dan an
to get the
early
good-
Christmas
Many
Is
of
this
the
a
last
record
names
for
are
the
man.
longest
Yeah.
episode ever, Jill?
What?
Is this typically the length of your shows? Or
No, we went for 5 hours with Collins and McKee. So no,
Wow.
this is not.
We're halfway there. Let's keep going.
No, we're not.
What'd
I
you
was
guys
gonna share
do?
this.
Like
I'll have to get a
study
shot
law
ready.
books and shit?
Oh, you have all your cranes.
Thousands,
the cranes.
thousand cranes.
I love it. I love your cranes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mar-
That was an
Mara, what is-
amazing thing to bear witness to because on numerous
Yeah,
study
I agree.
sessions, Mara is folding those.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And every time we would do a study session, she'd be folding those, and I was just fascinated with that that effort and just such care to go into folding every one of those. Mario, truly amazing, beautiful person.
Yeah, that
Yes,
blew me away.
100%.
And
Really,
I was telling her
amazing.
I have it right under the TV right now with my baby's toys too. So I like think of them, you know.
And just and then watching that symbolic thing being handed over to I got to be there that night when you gave that to Kevin. I mean, that was just. That's just it to hold it, to see it, and having watched you fold numerous ones of those during training sessions, that's just truly amazing.
Mara, you do the most special fucking shit that normal.
You're
human
the
beings
shit,
don't
Mara.
do.
You're the
Mara,
shit.
you're the shit.
A lot of people express themselves in very like normal human ways.
Yours are all exceptional.
Find a way to be
Inhuman.
absolutely singular was the word I was looking for. Singular in thought, in process.
Dude, tell them about the necklace
in
you got
being, and that's
for my
what
baby.
makes you the
Oh.
fucking best at what you are.
Yeah.
you're so singularly compassionate and cool.
Yes.
It's not like anybody else I've ever met in my life. That's your damn charm.
Well, thank
And
you.
I love that about you.
Yeah, you gave
man.
my daughter a really cool.
And we
gift,
won
too.
a
It's
fucking belt
necklace or a
this year.
bracelet. It's a bracelet or
So
a
that's
necklace?
that.
Necklace.
First thing that happened.
Necklace. Yeah, that's what I said. That was a really
Yeah.
nice gift.
So I mean, we obviously don't have any kids. I can't have kids. Not to say we wouldn't buy one at some point, but like I can't have kids.
At Best Buy.
You found a good deal on
I'll
one.
move to Alabama.
Your wife and a little girl.
Adoption costs money. That's what I mean.
I know it.
Anyway,
I'm joking.
a big proponent of adoption, also, of course. But
Yeah.
I hadn't gone through, like, when my mom died, I inherited like her jewelry and stuff, and there was a bunch of stuff that from when I was a kid that I didn't even remember that I had until I saw it. But I had this gorgeous multi-strand pearl necklace that was mine from like when I was the littlest kid until I was too old for it to really fit, and I just thought it would be something that Kira could have and could pass on to her kids.
Yeah,
So,
with a letter too to Kira. So it was really
yeah,
cool.
and there's a letter to her when she's older. So
They don't make them like Mara. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Mara learned Russian for 6 months just to write the letter in Russian.
That's a Mara move.
Oh, I totally
Dude,
didn't have.
Dude, my wife's accent is so much more strong now living out there for a month.
I bet.
It's so crazy.
He destroyed.
When she comes back,
she sounds like Drago's trainer again.
Smets, if you go to pick her up at the airport or first time you see her again, so she'll be like, "Hello, comrade."
It's so funny, by the way, how many movies in IG like portray Russians. You know what
Russians?
I mean? Like,
A lot.
Yeah.
really bad guys too. And she
There's
not
even,
only
like,
takes
10 to
offense to it, but it's
15.
funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have to understand, like, we were at odds for a while, dude.
One final humble brag. So I got a gift for both of us, and it's a new Christmas tree skirt because I didn't grow up with Christmas, so Christmas is really fun for me. But it is a Star Trek United Federation of Planet.
Look at it!
Look at it! That's amazing.
I don't know where she finds this stuff.
That's so cool.
It's just drawn to her because of her magnetic personality.
You guys remember
Mara, were
last
you a
time-
fan of Trek before IG or no?
Oh,
I
that was the
remember-
first thing we ever talked about.
Yeah, I remember being bullied mercilessly in primary school about loving Star Trek.
I actually I liked Wrath of Khan, but I really wasn't familiar. And then when I joined IG, I became uber fan of it, like super fan. You know what I mean? Like I actually liked Generation, or the one with Scott Bakula, before I was ever in IG. But like that was one of the things where you do IG and then you just discover like a movie or a series or whatever that you love, and that Trek was that for me. Like I was like, why didn't I like this? Like I think I was just I was a stubborn like Star Wars kid. And here's the crazy thing: to name drop for me, I was in a show called the Halloween Tree. It was a 2-hour cartoon for Cartoon Network. It was about the Halloween Tree, Stephen King, Ray Bradbury novel, and it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon of it. And sitting right next to me is the Halloween Tree main character, played by Leonard Nimoy. I sat next to him.
You told me this. You told me this. You talked to him.
That's a big
I talked to
fucking
him.
deal,
I sat next to
dude.
him for 4 days. He was nice to me, but I
That's
could
a
give
big
two shits
fucking deal.
because I was like, "Oh, he's Spock!" Like, and he showed me the not the death grip, but what's this called? The
Vulcan
Nerve
nerve
pinch.
pinch.
I used to think it was the
Holy
Vulcan
shit,
death
you're
grip,
good at
right?
playing possum, aren't you?
There's no such
What
thing
is
as the
it
Vulcan
called?
death. Anyway,
Right? Vulcan death grip's not a thing. That's
Doesn't
what I'm
matter.
saying.
That's amazing. What a legend. Holy shit.
So I sat next to, and he was the nicest guy ever. And not that I didn't do, I thought he was really cool and nice. And I remember, I think I watched Wrath of Khan after that just to like see. I knew that was the best of him. He was really nice, and yeah, he taught me the Vulcan nerve pinch or whatever, and told me that he liked Star Wars too. Like he wasn't really opposed to it, you know.
Wow.
But
There's
I
no
told him,
reason
I was
that
like,
should
I'm
be
more, I told him
separated.
as the kid that I was like, oh
Yeah.
cool, you're in Trek. Yeah, I'm more a Star Wars guy, and he was still nice to me for like 4 days.
Well,
You know?
Well, yeah, like I always say, Star Trek is a here franchise and Star Wars is a here franchise.
There you go.
And you have to have both, like everybody does.
But you know, the Star Trek movies only came out because of the popularity of Star Wars. So as a Star Wars kid, I was like, when Star Trek came out, I was like, all right, more movie,
Then
more
just did
sci-fi,
George
right?
Miller.
You know,
Yeah.
like
I
and that's
like
how I
Star
really
Trek
fell in love
Beyond.
with it. Was the movies.
I really
Merle,
like Star Trek
Merle,
Beyond.
you want to laugh? I did that fucking Omaze video with Mark Hamill when it was like they did the Force for Change. It was like they were raising all that money.
Oh,
and
hey, Mark Hamill, let me ask you a question. Who's the guy?
Wait, hold on. You're gonna have a lot of material after this. So, what's hysterical is fucking Hamill is walking around Hollywood Boulevard in a stormtrooper costume.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah, I produced that.
You did?
Oh, yeah, I produced that for
Wow.
And
that's
so,
amazing.
It was so fucking cool.
So legendary.
Dude. And here's the thing, is like, I don't give a shit about any of these celebrities. I've done Daniel Craig walks in, I'm like, hey,
but
man,
it's Mark
what's up?
Hamill.
I'm like, here's where you park. You know what I mean? Like, you know, fucking Matt Damon walks in, I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. Here's what we're fucking doing. Hamill's there, and I'm like, this is some fucking crazy shit. Because I used to have the lunchbox for this guy and shit.
There's a lunch. She has a lunchbox.
Right, but this is where it gets fucking nerdy, Wit and Merle. I'm looking at you. When I meet fucking Mark Hamill for the first time, I go, you work.
Holy shit.
One of my favorite actors of all time. And he looks at me, he's like, let me guess, Harrison Ford. Like, he does the whole Hamill thing. I'm like, you worked with Lee Marvin in the Big Red One.
Big Red One!
I go, big Sam Fuller fan over here. And, dude, he was like, he looked at me and told me Big Red One stories for the next 30
Love it.
Awesome.
I was like a fucking kid. I was just a kid on that set, man.
Wow.
And and I was like, boom, I got him right there. I became his friend, dude. I didn't come at him with no Luke Skywalker shit. I'm like, you worked with one of my favorite actors of all time. Oh, let me guess. You know?
Cool,
and I go,
Lee Marvin, baby. Awesome.
And he started talking
Leonard
about
Nimoy
like
was-
fucking Lee Marvin movies and shit. I'm like, that's how you fucking talk. And I
Yeah.
wasn't doing it to get in with him. I'm like, yo, this is what I want to ask him about. I'm only gonna have 10 minutes to like bro out with him before we got to go to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
Leonard
feels like a
Nimoy was probably
good.
the nicest guy I've ever, like, one of the
Who?
nicest people I ever. Leonard Nimoy was like
Oh,
one of
right.
the sweetest, nicest people. You know what I mean? Like,
Were you starstruck?
no, that's the one
No.
thing probably why we got along
It's
well.
funny.
because I
Sometimes you
was-
are, sometimes you aren't when you're meeting a
Yeah.
celebrity.
I was never.
Sometimes it's like,
starstruck 'cause
oh, hey.
I wasn't into Star Trek. You know what I mean? I knew
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like if I sat next to Mark Hamill at the time. And I think that helped us like kind of get along because we sat next to each other like in this like VO circle or whatever, and then we just the whole 4 days of the recording or whatever we sat next to each other.
We should, because the funny thing about like when I moved to LA and I started seeing celebrities, a lot of times it was like, oh, the celebrity, and then you realize there's a huge difference when you see someone that means something to you, and that's when you get starstruck. Like when I met Michael Biehn, I was unprepared for how much I go, oh my God. I mean, like it was Marlon Brando, like it was like, because he means so much to me. I was like, I'm staring at a guy that I've stared at a lot in Aliens, The Abyss, The Terminator.
Oh, he was my
So I met
boyfriend
Michael
in the
Biehn, I was like,
90s. I stared at him a lot.
My first 2 weeks living in LA, I was at well, it's not there anymore, but it's
Don't look for it, it's not there anymore.
The hardware store on Sunset that went out of business.
Oh, Fuller? Or,
Oh, the
Fuller
bar?
Right here.
Well,
Shit.
The bar that's a hardware store?
Oh, anyway, I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
But ladies and
Inconsequential.
Who'd you see?
It was across the street from Home Depot.
Oh my God, what was it?
Oh, what the fuck, dude? Now
What's
I'm
that,
trying to
Jill?
figure it out.
What?
Anyway, I was behind
Is there
Kristen
really-
Glover, and I just like went Troy in Community. I just was like, because Back to the Future.
Oh yeah, huge.
Wow.
But you,
Gosh.
yes.
You say I came all the way over here, and all you got for me is light beer?
But you crazy, wonderful people, I feel like with all this nerdy love, it is that time where we do need to start wrapping up our lovely edition of
Look at
Happy
that.
Hour.
Look at the love right there, Kevin
Look at that
Smets.
love. This is all but love. So I want to thank, first of all, everybody for joining us. Kevin.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fading here. Sorry, guys. If I'm
So are we.
We are
It's-
too.
I got my COVID booster.
Everybody's
today.
fading but Mara and Dan. They're going to be up till 5.
Mara and Dan
Yeah,
don't
we'll be
sleep.
up for about 6 more hours, guys.
Yeah.
Mara and Dan do not sleep. But
No.
if anyone has anything they would like to plug,
I would like to plug Robert Parker being the next Inner Geekdom champion of
There
the
it
world.
is.
Yeah!
Everybody else can get out of our way. That's what I'm
Right.
plugging.
I'd like to plug the fact that Mara and I and Dan, I think, are going to watch Deep Space Nine. Is that the one we chose?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna start
Awesome.
watching that too.
Yeah, we
Sweet.
are.
I'll plug that.
Nice.
I don't know if that's
Lovely.
public, but
Now it
It
is.
is now, man.
Now it is. But I want to thank
yeah,
everybody.
Parker next champion for sure.
Hashtag Parker next champion. I just want to thank
Bet
everybody.
your ass.
This has been a
Thanks,
lovely
Smets, for letting
dungeon
us crash.
reunion.
Yeah.
A lovely
Yeah,
dungeon
dude,
reunion.
I'm so stoked you guys are here. This
Yeah, so
literally
thank
made
you
my
guys
week.
so much for being here, Kevin. Obviously, so freaking happy to have you. So excited to have you here. It's just always so nice to see everybody here. Like, to be honest, I miss all
Well,
of you guys. I
I'll
love
be
you
there
very
in
You
much.
know, it only
Yeah, we
it
will.
takes you and Molly to put us all together like this. Not
Yeah.
not some flunky show on
Not
any
some
other network
flunky
to do
sh-
this. This takes a lot of. You got to be a special brand of human being and have some real talent to get
Oh,
the
thank
dungeon
you.
together like this. Because let's face facts.
A lot of love.
There's that, and that's why we are the greatest
butt.
at what we are the greatest at what we do. We are the greatest at what we do. Those other factions, it's like a bunch of idiots throwing marbles in a schoolyard. They've got no
That
scruples.
sounds fun.
That's not fun, Parker. In 1948, it was fun. Like pre-World War II, throwing marbles in a schoolyard is fun.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about hanging out with
Get your
friends
dates
and
right.
family and fun people. And look at this. We got a cat parading, showing
Yeah,
us
cat
that.
so
butts.
giant because you're on
We
the
got
floor.
cat butts.
So
We
much
got
cat
drinks.
Parker, listen, we know now what's going on here with these people. Like
My favorite though is Dan, his like sensor
Censoring?
hand.
Trying to censor the cat butt.
I'm doing my best.
His hand pixelation.
But thank you guys.
Kevin Smets taught you how to
Kevin.
perform anesthesia on a person.
This is
Now,
a-
if you
this-
ever have to do that, you're a bona fide anesthesiologist.
Kevin-
after
And
Kevin,
this
go
is an
ahead.
opportunity also to thank-
Anesthesiologist?
Yeah.
Let Kevin talk.
just to thank everybody for the support over the last year, especially like a year ago being the Smash-thon, and that was when I was going
Amazing.
through the radiation. I remember that was fucking brutal. Yeah, so
Whenever anybody says
That
quarantine,
was
the
the
very
greatest
first thought I have is that screen with like 16 people on it, or
Yeah.
like, and then there was the waiting room too with like
waiting
16
room.
people, and you could sit there in the waiting room waiting to go on, and you could talk to like 15 close friends, and then go on with 10 close friends, and that went on all night. And you could just turn on the TV and just see. And I remember waking up first thing in the morning. There's David B. just walking around his living room
Dude.
playing all the Schmoedown themes. I'm
I
like,
remember waking up in the middle of the
Like
night.
Woodstock of Schmoedown.
it was the
It
Woodstock of
was.
Schmoedown.
I woke up in the middle of the
Everybody
night.
came together for it.
I had to wake up in the middle of the night to have a bowel movement, and it was in the days of just absolute, like
Oh.
literally physical pain. And I remember crawling to the bed, and the Smash-a-thon was in here, and then just making it to my bed and hearing Hambone and Vidor talk about Star Wars, and I was just like
They were
sweating.
ranking
I was
stuff at like 3 in the
drenched
morning.
sweat.
I love the.
I
both
was
of
drenched
those
in
people.
sweat. It was like 3 in the morning, and there they are, fucking
Wow.
wow. the Smash-a-thon talking
Fucking
Star Wars.
sweethearts.
The door's still in here. I remember that, and I was like, it just helps you get through it. And Sean and you guys are all so instrumental with that. And I don't think any of us thought about it. That was a year ago. It's my
Yeah.
first real
It
appearance.
seems
aside
like
from the
so
Yodi
long
Award.
ago. All right.
It seems
Yeah,
like
so-
so long ago.
Closer.
But it also really, I love when you tell that story, Kevin, because that idea that we were doing that for you, and that you did have something that was a problem that got you up out of your normal schedule, and we were there for you. That's just
Right.
I love that.
Literally, yeah.
I love that you woke up in the middle of the night and turned it on, and there we all were doing the show.
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
like it was just. I made sure to have it on 24 out like the whole time. I remember passing out to Goddard's stream. I think that he was like that night shift.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
it was like
like
4
I said, I
a.m.
woke up and just like literally sweat drenched from getting my ass kicked, and then just hearing Hambone like, "Whoa, it's
But with that lovely reminiscence, I feel like we had our own little mini Smash-a-thon today with all the lovely people
Yeah, it was fun.
here.
Yeah.
So thank you guys all
Love you, gang.
so freaking much for being here. This has been our November edition of Happy Hour. Ladies and gentlemen, our next edition of Happy Hour is the end of the season. It's going to be December, so it's going to be a good one. Jake, am I allowed to say what's happening? Because I think they already know what's basically happening.
What day is that?
It's going to be the Friday before Spectacular.
Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is
Oh.
happening live from the
Ooh.
POV Airbnb.
It is?
What?
Happening live, baby. Happening
Party
live,
Central.
baby. We are doing
Okay.
a live happy hour
That's
from the POV house the Friday before Spectacular.
Well,
Robert,
me
I'm
and
sorry
Parker
if you
won't
have
be
to.
there because we'll be in a dirty ass dungeon.
Robert is staying
Kaiser, I'm
with
staying
us.
with them.
He's
Yeah, you're not
So I
pulling what that
apologize.
Raiders guy did before the Super Bowl, where he
Well, I'm
disappeared
there.
the night before the Super Bowl.
Parker, you're with me the night before the match. That's how that works.
But
No, I'm taking you to a strip club, Parker.
No, you're not.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm
we're
doing.
taking
A
him
week
to
before the
his
match is POV?
bar. That's all we're taking
Parker,
him to.
you're
is
with
his
me
bar.
before the match. You get your own room.
We'll
Kitty,
talk.
kitty.
We'll talk about it.
We're
Maybe
Look at the
we'll
close up.
You ain't
But
staying
we
in no
will be
fucking
back
flop house.
next
I remember
We get our own
Spectacular
room.
morning. I ran a mile with Frank.
No, Kaiser,
All right.
mute him. Mute him.
All right. All right.
I remember
We'll
in the
be
cab
back.
ride to Spectacular though.
Yes.
On the radio, I'm telling you, it's crazy. On the radio was the soundtrack to he was this Uber driver was just rocking the soundtrack to the Two Towers. And it's just you never hear that in an Uber. It was like crazy. And I looked at Frank and I'm like, this is Lord of the Rings. And I'm like, at that point I was like, I think I'm destined to win. Like you don't get in an Uber and the
Right.
geek movie
No.
geek soundtrack music.
You never, and I just heard, when a car goes driving by on the street and it's blaring its music, it's never, although it was yesterday, it's never Jurassic Park, but some guy drove past me blaring it. Big speaker system, and dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. I was like, oh
That
my
guy's
God.
having a midlife crisis.
Before we make this a 5-hour stream,
This happy hour is brought to you by the next Intergeek champion of the world, Robert the Spider Parker.
Also brought to you by Anastasia.
Brought to you by Cat.
And anesthesia.
Oh, by Kaiser. Kaiser's gone. But yes, we will be back the Friday before Spectacular for a live happy hour from the POV house. We will be having us. It'll be the first time we're all together for the first time live in person. It's going to be a good time. So for Kevin Smets and this crazy dungeon party. Parker. I'm tired, y'all.
A Parker party.
Robert
party.
Robert Parker party. This has been happy hour.
Thank you, Smets, for letting us crash.
Of course, yeah. Thank you,
Well,
Smets,
it
for
was my pleasure,
letting this dungeon party happen. We love you all. Please make sure to always drink responsibly. And
Yeah, Sir Pounce.
we will see y'all at Spectacular.
Kitty, kitty.
Have a good night, everybody.